Welcome to episode 1 of Behind the Streams podcast, where we talk about anything streaming and Twitch related. We are a 3-man group, a trio. I go by the name of Soulo. Introduce yourselves.
What's up? I'm Denzcy.
Nice.
Wavydamo.
Wavydamo. And we're all a group of full-time and part-time streamers. Lots of experience here to talk about Twitch in general, its evolution, its changes. And I guess this is the first episode, so people can get to know us. I guess we can start with how we got on Twitch, our introductions. What made us stream seriously instead of casually, and why we chose this platform out of any platforms. And we can start with Dom.
That's all you done. That's all you done.
That's a story for me, man.
Yeah, that's why.
That's right.
I mean, we can all cover it. We'll start with you though, Dom.
All right. So, how I got started on Twitch is a story.
Nice story, a grand story.
I like that.
All right. Long story short, I've been gaming ever since I was a little boy, and never I never really recorded any of the gameplays that I've done in the past. One day I asked Brian to hang out with me. Brian and I have been friends for a very long time, so I asked Brian, "Yo, Brian, what are you doing? You know, let's kick it, blah blah." He said he can't, so he's doing something. Like, what can you possibly do on a Saturday afternoon at home, right? And so he was like, "Yo, no, I'm recording, playing games." I'm like, "Okay." Right. So I was at a kickback and we were drinking. You know, I remember this. They were talking right behind me. A few of my friends, they started streaming before I even knew what streaming was. Right. So I heard Brian say, "Yo, how dope would it be if we all lived in a stream house?"
Stream house,
So
content house.
I turned around, right? with my drink, right? I was turned around. Yo, man. Yo, you talking about a stream house? What is this? Let me get in this, bro. Right? And then Brian he said, word for word, "You can't because you don't stream."
I remember saying that exactly, word for word. You're not a streamer.
Said,
yeah,
really?
Like you can't. You're not a streamer.
Yeah, and I said, bet. 30 days later, 30 days later, Brian, what did I do?
You built your PC and you started streaming.
In 30 days?
Yes, sir.
You were working at the time.
Credit card.
You were working at the time. You built your PC.
Yes, sir.
You started streaming.
And then I started streaming. The very first game I ever played. Very first game. I love games in general. All right, I'm not a very competitive guy. I started off playing all these little games like The Forest. The Forest is the very first game I played. Yeah. And then from there, I moved on to Friday the 13th, Dead by Daylight, all these like fun little, content games. And then I
used to grind Dead by Daylight and Friday. Remember that.
And then I got into Fortnite, streamed Fortnite for 2 years, and that's how my story became.
No, you left out. All right, I'll add a part. He was a part-time streamer. You were working at T-Mobile and you were streaming. You were balancing. Eventually, got laid off due to unfortunate circumstances, and full-time streaming since.
I got laid off because of Twitch, actually.
Oh, so like it was an influence as to why you got laid off. It wasn't you just got laid off. It was just
Yes. I got laid off because of Twitch. So basically how the story went down, I was working at the store and they were already on my ass. They were already trying to fire me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because one, they always find me vaping in a bathroom at T-Mobile, not making sales. So I was like, you know what? Hey, if they fire me, I got Twitch. No problem, dude. Right? But
Oh,
as
no.
they go, as my shifts and stuff like that continued. One day I got promoted. I was like, yeah, dude, I got promotion, dude. Give me $1 more, bro. Right? So they promoted me to a key holder, and one day my schedule at the time was 9 o'clock because that's when I get off. Right? I get off at 8, close the store at 8:30, go home. 9 o'clock is when I start. So that time I had to like I had like this really complicated customer. So I was like, you know what? I'm late for the stream. I gotta get home. I closed. I counted all the money, did inventory and everything. But I forgot the most important thing. I forgot to set the store alarm on.
You forgot to lock the store.
Yes, sir. And then the next day they were like, "Yo, dog, man, how was your shift last night?" And I was like, "It was cool." And then they were like, "Yeah, by the way, your last check is here." And I was like, "Yikes!"
Yikes.
Oh my
They even though nothing got stolen, they saw it as, attempted robbery because he didn't lock it. You know what I mean? Like they thought he like planned like to steal something or have someone steal something, but I kind of get where they're coming from, but that's just really unfortunate.
See.
And then since then he's been grinding.
Just hating on my big dick energy at work. That's it.
That's funny. You been a T-Mobile for a long time too.
They've always been a hater.
Okay, but you weren't balancing shit if you're gonna fire because of your stream. You
no. But to be honest, he was balancing work and streaming very well for a long time. And then now he got more time to full-time stream, got partnered, he's been grinding, he's been doing his thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what?
That's a blessing and a curse.
Blessing and a curse, yes.
Yep.
That's how I started.
Alright. Who's next? Me or you, Denzcy?
You can go. Everybody's fucking heard my story already. Dude.
I know. We're just for the first podcast episode.
Yeah, it's a little introduction.
Introductions. Oh, so that was Wavydamo for anyone that doesn't know him. Also known as Dom. This is my story. I'm Soulo. If you're not used to my voice yet.
Unfiltered, please.
Unfiltered.
No polish. Don't polish your story. Literally, what happened?
I mean, for me, I've been gaming my whole life as well. Sports here and there. But ultimately, after high school, I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And I still don't, honestly. Grown-ass man, lost as hell.
Vouch.
It's hard, So after high school, I was working a couple jobs. Hated both jobs. Hated every job I had. And it was just painful.
God damn.
And I want to say, while I was working my last job, which I was at for like 2 years, I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And, I had tons of hobbies growing up, but the only one that really stuck with me was gaming. I skated hella and had other things here and there, but gaming was the only thing that stuck with me, as well as music. But, I chose gaming as my focus. So I was like, okay, how can I make money from gaming? Do I want to code? Do I want to, be a programmer or something? So I was just dabbling, trying to figure it out. So I was like, okay, let me just do what everyone does. Let me be a YouTuber. So I tried to make YouTube videos for a good 2 years.
What year was this?
I want to say it was like 2014, 2015. I was like just straight YouTube. And most of 2016. I was just grinding YouTube, which most videos are vaulted. You guys are never going to see because they're trash. They were both like...
So you have them still?
Yeah, they're around somewhere. Some are completely gone. I just grinded YouTube. They're like gaming videos or like donkey style videos. I had challenge videos. I had like reaction videos. I tried literally everything. I was like, dude, I gotta get popular on YouTube. I did everything I could. And it got to a point where I'm like, damn, this shit. One, I was barely growing. Two, I hated editing. Like, man, this shit sucks. And I was starting to give up. And then this is when I kind of stumbled upon... I was playing League at the time, and then this is when I was watching a lot of like PewDiePie and like just watching them just sit there, be a bum, and turn on stream and just play games. So I was like, oh man, maybe I can do this. Maybe this is easier. So I think in December 2016, 2017, literally first day of December, I decided to stream full time. Okay, let me just take that whole month, let me grind, let me see how it works. and I enjoyed it so much, way more than the YouTube videos. So I was like, damn, this is great. And I started digging at Twitch, started finding more streamers, started kind of understanding the culture and what was happening here and the money that was to be made. Because I didn't know about Twitch. I only knew YouTube and like PewDiePie. You know you can make money on YouTube. I didn't really know much about Twitch other than like PewDiePie and LCS.
Wait, so you were having fun streaming? Did you have people watching you, or did you just have fun?
Dude, I had like one viewer every month. It was like one person that hung out with me every day for a good year. It was an awful year of streaming, honestly, in terms of like revenue and all that. But it was honestly a lot of fun because like I was just vibing. At the same time, I was trying to get really good at League, so I didn't really care that I had no viewers. It was more of a side project. It was like on the side to grow as I tried to get good at the game. And now it's kind of the other way around. Now I'm kind of shifting towards like, okay, fuck getting good at games. Let me focus on Twitch. And it's been a roller coaster of a journey in the past couple of years.
Actually, to be real with you, I feel like you brought so much stress on yourself at that time, bro.
It was very stressful. Towards the end, when I wasn't hitting my goals, I thought like everything was over. Like fuck, I'm not gonna compete. I'm not gonna get good enough. And I like correlated it with stream success. Like if I'm not gonna hit Challenger, I'm not gonna be a good streamer. Why am I streaming? And I was just having breakdowns like every other month. Like just it was just really hard until I kind of like took a step back and realized like, okay, I don't have to be rank 1 Challenger. Like it would be nice, it would put Twitch on easy mode, but there's other ways to still grow on the platform. Other things to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, just grinded. Been streaming for years. Still haven't really gotten anywhere. I think I'm pretty well off for a small streamer though. But
you are, bro.
You know, it's a new era. It's a new shift. I spent 2 years trying to compete in League, 2 years trying to compete in Fortnite. Now I'm kind of shifting to I'm gonna get as good as I can in Valorant, but I don't want to risk all of my chances on competing in that game and getting clouded from competing.
You got full potential. You got some potential, Brian.
Yeah, like obviously I'm still trying to compete, but definitely not risking it all. Man, I've been on Twitch for 3 years, 4 years.
I've seen your flex, Brian.
You see my flex? You're so ugly, dude. Stop. Oh my god.
I've seen those flex, Brian.
So Denzcy, what's your timeline? How did we end up here?
How did we end up here?
It's so weird because it's literally okay, like kind of like new before I start, but I kind of knew that like we all have like different kind of like not careers, but like our journey was all different and the reason why we started was different. Mine's literally different from both of yours, and it's just like, dude, like if you think about it, like the reason why some people start is like so like random. Like Dom just, he picked it up from Brian and he started doing all this content stuff, and then Brian did it because he moved from YouTube. For me, I came from nothing. Like literally nobody told me to stream. I was just like, I think I was getting onto the hype of like Twitch, and a friend of mine, Evan, we used to just hang out on Twitch, and the reason why was actually because we were like casual players. We played League and we played ranked and all that, and then we kind of got really good at H1Z, and then we started looking at all the people that were good on YouTube, and then they would put their Twitch link, right? So that was kind of my gateway to Twitch, and I started watching H1Z1 players that played, and then that brought me into like the League scene too, and I got invested into both of those games. And then Fortnite came out, like whoop, like the game that everybody fucking I feel like that year for gaming, like Fortnite literally just fucking
popped that bubble,
blew everything up like in proportions, like. That I think it was because like it was a time when social media was also blowing up. Like it just was the perfect like catalyst, for like it to pop off. So I started watching Fortnite, and I would stay up late and I'd be looking, for somebody to watch, and then I stumbled across somebody named Lexi, and
Ooh.
I hung out in her chat for a bit, and it was cool, it was cool vibes. The community was dope, and that was my first community that like I was involved in. So I joined up, and she invited me to play, and then I met the the closest friends that I know now. Like they're the closest people to me. So I started with Fortnite, and I started from Lexi, and then eventually she was the person that got me into streaming. She was like, "Hey, you should stream. It's fun and stuff, and I think you're good and all that shit." And at the time, I was like a little above average, and whenever the squad was always like me, Evan, Lexi, Buddha, or like Wes, and those are like that was our core like group. Like, we would always be running squads, just fucking like going on win streaks. And then I started streaming, and then her community kind of started like melding into my community, and then I started realizing like, holy shit, dude, like this streaming shit is like sick. And I was like meeting a bunch of people, and then that's eventually how I met YouTube, because it just became like a segue into just meeting a bunch of people. And I never thought that I was gonna use Twitch like that, because I thought that I was just gonna be like a viewer and I just watch people and shit, right? So I got into Fortnite, played a little bit of competitive, and then I played Maple Story 2. Maple Story 2, if you don't know, is an MMORPG. And my channel kind of blew up from that game. I took the risk of stopping competitive Fortnite to make content on Maple Story 2. And it popped off for like a few months, and then the game died out because it sucked. So then, that's the risk. That's the risk that I took. And then I tried moving back to Comp Fortnite, and I was like, I fucking suck. I can't do this anymore.
Also, in this time period, you quit your job, right? The job you had at the time.
I did. Yeah, that is
to come
that is what I
to
completely,
pursue
I
Maple
didn't bring
Story.
that up. Yeah, I didn't bring
Yeah.
that up. I was bouncing between like restaurant jobs, so like like being a waiter, or server, whatever you want to call it. Like I was in the food industry. It was completely irrelevant to what I wanted to do. So then I quit my job full time, and I just commit to streaming full time. And even though it felt like I was giving my all like during that time, like if I look back and I think about it now in retrospect, I didn't give it my all.
Yeah.
Like straight up, I just didn't give it my all, and I could have put more into it, but I didn't, and that's that. But I started falling into this hole where I was running out of time, and my parents were kind of like, "Yo, like, are you making something out of this or not?" And I eventually wasn't, so I started to look for jobs, and then I somehow got an opportunity, with Microsoft, and it's been smooth sailing. I've been working with Microsoft since November, and I love it. I love everything I do. I'm working from home, and I still love it. But now I'm just part-time streaming, and that's kind of like where I'm at now. Yeah, I've met so many people just because I was super invested, from Fortnite to Maple Story, and just bouncing between like other communities and stuff. And we're probably gonna make an episode about like how to network and stuff, and that's where I'll like share my actual insight on that shit. But yeah, it's weird because I think about my journey, and it's like, dude, from Brian's journey to Dom's journey, it's all fucking like different. It's so
It's
weird.
different, bro.
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
exposure to Twitch is different. Twitch
Yeah,
is still
for real.
such a niche and like unique platform.
It's
It's very different to be exposed to Twitch, and then to be influenced to actually be a streamer is another thing. Where you're,
Yeah.
for Dom's situation, he was inspired. For both of you, you wanted to stream because of your friend. Lexi motivated you.
Yeah.
I motivated Dom. I had a streamer motivate me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
seeing other
Actually, we
streamers
had that
doing it, I was like, damn,
conversation one time.
this is dope. I think I would like to do that.
Actually, Brian, prior to that kickback we just had, right? True story. I got a lot of stories with y'all, man.
I think I know the story.
All right, so we were kicking it at our friend's house, me and Brian, right? And this is like the kicking spot. One of the kicking spot we had. It was Mume's house. It was John's house, right? So we're just chilling. So I pulled up. Everybody pulled up, kicking it in his room, right? Hot
And
as hell.
I
dude.
think this is when
It was like a
I
dry
brought John
vegetable
into
in
the
his
Twitch
room.
world too already.
I
John
think
knew about
he
Twitch.
was only a viewer at the time.
Yeah, he was just strictly a viewer.
Yeah. So
You
I
play
was like,
games?
yo,
Yeah, he played games,
no,
but he
he played
just
games.
watched.
Oh, but
Yeah.
you just
Yeah,
okay.
he was not a streamer yet. His name wasn't even Moomate yet. He had a stupid ass handle that he had to rebrand.
So at this time, I wasn't, I didn't know what Twitch was, right? So it would always grind my gears that Brian would always talk about games, you know. In the back of my head, I was like, yo, man, Brian's a fucking nerd, bro. This guy's a nerd. He's talking about games and stuff, man. Right? So I was like, I jumped into the conversation. I was like, hey, Brian, you like games, man. You should watch Dashy.
Ooh, Dashy XP or something, right?
Dashy. Yeah. So I was like, yo, man, you should watch this.
He's a YouTuber. He was a fat YouTuber. Funny as hell.
He's still big.
No, he lost a lot of weight, but he was some like
Oh,
he.
you're talking about like physically fat.
Yeah. Oh,
I
fat
think
as in
big.
like. No. He lost so much weight. Actually, it's really
Okay.
dope. But he was
I
a
mean, he's
funny YouTuber, man.
He's a funny YouTuber.
And
right?
he showed me
so-
tons of Dashy videos. We're just sitting there dying.
Yeah.
And I was
So
like,
I
Dom, why
was,
don't you do this?
So we put up his video, and Brian was like, yo, this guy's funny, right? So Brian was like, yo, you should watch Tyler 1. All right, this guy, Brian hyped him up, right? He hyped him up so much, right? It's like, yo, you should watch Tyler 1, man. This guy's funny.
Okay, this one Tyler 1 was doing, and Tyler 1 was doing, he was banned from League at the time. So he was doing his cooking streams, his magic streams and shit. So this is what I was showing Dom, like his
Right.
content.
So Brian put up this video of Tyler 1, right? The first video he showed me was when he was dressed as a Super Saiyan, right? And he was just in front of the camera, and he would like flex, and he would just scream like he was like Super Saiyan at that point, right? So he would just scream. In the back of my head, I was like this. I was like, yeah, right. This guy's interesting. But in the back of my head, I was like, yo, this guy is like a little
Weird.
crazy. Right?
Yeah.
How is this content, right? So I was like, I was being a good friend to Brian. I was like, hey, Brian, this is interesting, dude. This guy's funny, right? In the back of my head, dude, I wanted him to stop, right? But he showed me a different video, and he showed me like when he was like cooking, and he was showing his viewers like the burger that he made, showing his viewers, right? And he was like getting close to the camera, and then he accidentally flipped the plate. Right? And
You remember that?
Right?
It was
So I
all
was
his
like, okay,
food.
this guy's funny, Brian. This guy's funny. That's when I knew Tyler 1 was a funny guy.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So he
And
was
that-
showing me
dude, This is
YouTubers.
literally prior. You know,
Oh my
me.
This is when you knew about stream. This is when I first introduced him to streaming because he had no idea, and I knew he watched gaming YouTubers.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, you should peep these gaming streamers. Like, I think this is more your style because Dom's more of an impromptu, like improvising on the spot type person. So like, oh,
I
maybe
improvised my
you'll
whole
like.
life, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Same. So like maybe streaming is much more improvising than YouTube. I was like, maybe this is something you're more interested
You'd be
in.
surprised what goes down in interviews, bro. So what
Yeah.
are your strengths? My strength, you say.
My life
My
a coin
strength.
flip.
And weaknesses. Actually, I will tell you my weaknesses. I'm never late to work, bro. I'm a hard worker.
Cap. Well, yeah, it's pretty dope to see how we all got introduced into streaming, and we've all been on this platform for three years or so, right?
Yeah, it's been 3 years.
So if you were to give tips to yourself and to other people, what are the biggest tips you would say to get into streaming or to understand what streaming
Before
is?
we head to that topic, I want to ask one serious question real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be serious.
It's not gonna be serious, you guys.
I already knew it. Yeah, I already knew it.
I love
What
the
is
fact
it?
that you
What is
guys
it?
already know me so
It's
well.
me a stupid ass question.
Okay, my question for both of you guys, is if you guys weren't on Twitch today, what do you think you guys would be doing right now instead of Twitch?
I would have a part-time job. I would be doing YouTube 100%. I would still be striving to be a gaming content creator. But I would
yeah, exactly.
But it would be more so like maybe I have a job just for money and I would be making YouTube videos. That's probably what I would be doing because that's kind of what I was doing. That's what I was doing before I streamed. So
yeah,
that's
so
what
you
I would do.
already be like on the YouTube side, like on the.
Yeah, just grinding videos on that for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Denzcy?
I'm going to be like 1,000% honest. Like, I probably would have graduated college. I probably would have been focused more on school. I would have graduated.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I have one more year of school left. I would probably be done already if I was streaming.
Right. We would be done.
To be honest, yeah, I probably would have taken like summer courses. I would have accelerated it. I wouldn't have fucked up. I would be done already.
It probably would be a normie. If I'm being honest, because like I played games pretty like it was like competitive casual. So I would leave it at that. But I would be a normie. Yeah, I probably finished school and that's it for me.
It's kind of good that you guys already had you guys' like you guys are already set on that.
What do you
Honestly, if you guys asked me the same question, shit, dude, I don't know where I'd be, bro. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I'm more like a go with the flow type of person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It could be anything. You don't really know. Maybe I would have pursued music. I would have taught myself how to produce.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I would be done with school and I'm just a normie. Or maybe more likely I would be doing YouTube, but who really knows? It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with my current path, so I don't mind. The amount of people we made, both good and bad experiences, kind of makes you who you are, and definitely great.
Actually, Brian, I remember you're never at home, bro. Growing up, you were just you were a street kid, just like
I was
me,
a
bro.
street rat.
I
was a street rat, bro.
Kid, bro.
I slept in my house like 30 days out of the year. I would sleep over at the homie's house. One time I used to do crazy shit. Like I would be skating like miles away, the buses stopped running. I would hop in, like there's a boat with a tarp over it. Me and the homie are like, fuck, let's just take the tarp off. Slept in the boat for a couple hours, hopped out and hopped on the bus home, kept skating. Like I've slept at parks, dude. Like just, I don't know,
it's
dude.
Funny because
I was on some shit.
Been friends for a very long time, right? If you didn't notice, Denzcy, and like you guys as viewers, Brian and I went to the same school and everything, right? So we knew each other, but we never really hung out in the same circle. He had his own friends, I had my own friends, right? So I'll be like skating. We were skaters, bro, right? We would skate like the kick push, kick push. You know what I'm saying? Like Lupe Fiasco type of shit, right? So we kick push, bro. And I would just randomly see Brian across the street. I'm like, yo, Brian, man, what's up, bro? Yo, where you going? Oh, I'm going to San Pedro, man. I'm about to ollie some 14th, some stair step, bro. And I'm like, oh, okay. Do you, brother? Yo, peace out, man.
And I would just, everyone I skated with was older than me. So, like, I would just crash at people's houses and I was just skating all day. Like, that was my life.
Yeah.
And, when you're a kid, you're, like, rebellious. I would fight my parents. So, like, man, fuck you. I would leave for a couple of days and not come back. Like, I was a pretty awful kid, honestly, towards my family and to the people around me.
I think one thing Brian and I shared in common, we used to run away from cops together.
Yeah, I used to run away from police. Yeah, because you're not supposed to. We're trespassing and skating in places we're not supposed to. Every single time I got caught, they wouldn't arrest me, but they would give me a ticket. But I would lie on the ticket. So there was this. Dude, there's a whole man. I would break this down to you. When you lie about your ticket, make sure you don't have your ID on you, right? And when you lie, you give them fake address, fake information, but don't give them a fake first name, because if you give them a fake first name and a dumbass is skating by and yells at your name, and you give them a fake one. Then you're in some deep shit and they dig deep, bro. But like,
yeah, bro.
I would always give him my first name. Like I had a whole system, bro. Like
that's how
holy shit.
This city, our city, makes some money, right? They would ticket every skater that would skate at the skate park without a helmet,
Yep.
right? So that's one of their revenues. So they love passing by the skate park, looking in and see, hey, this guy's not wearing a helmet. Let's go ticket him, right? So one time, they actually loved to raid the skate park when we were kids.
Bro, they would
They
mob
loved
deep.
to raid it, right? I'm talking about not just a regular raid where they just pull up at the front, right? They would come from like the back and the front, and then you see, and I'm talking about like 5 to 10 cops at the same time,
Oh my god.
and they would literally break in, right? They would just like close there's two entrances, the back side and the front side, right? So everybody would, the cop would pull up at the front, right? But our instinct, right? Let's go through the back. So we would run to the back, and then we would see another cop walking toward us already from the back entrance. So we would dip. We just climb the fence, hop out, skate away, right? And that's how crazy Brian and I's like childhood was.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Actually,
Hey,
true story.
It used to be bad, and then they added like a fence now, and it's like
Yeah.
regulated, so the police don't care no more. But like, it was dope. It was crazy.
Wait, okay, question. I've been meaning to ask this. What address are you giving them?
I will give them an address in my area, but I would change like the last 3 digits. So like the vicinity was correct, but the exact house was wrong.
I use
So
my
like
ex-
everything was
Oh.
believable. Like my first name is right, middle last name wrong. Address
good.
kind of close to my address. Phone number kind of close to my phone number. And I just kept everything kind of close and then just lied on it.
Oh,
And I would never have to pay any of my tickets.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
Actually, this is a true story. We there was like a huge, like there was a lot of people at the skate park at the time, and there was this black dude, right? Hood, tatted everywhere, right? He's tatted everywhere, and the cops pulled up, so I ran, right? I ran. Actually, one of the cops pulled my shirt on the way out. He pulled my shirt, and I kind of just brushed him off, right? Brushed him off, and there's like still people coming out, so he focused on those guys, right? But so I got away, and I was skating next to this black dude, tall ass black dude, right? Tatted, hood. And I was like, oh shit, man, I got away, dude. I thought I was going to jail, right? And then so I was having a conversation with this guy. So we stopped somewhere, right? Somewhere around the park, and there was like at least like 10, 15 people, like skaters around this guy. And I was like, yo, who the frick is this guy, bro? Right? And then it wasn't Brian I was with, but somebody mentioned like, yo, he's a professional skater, bro.
Antoine Dixon.
It was Antoine Dixon I was skating next to, bro. I was like, I was running
Yeah.
away from the cars with like Antoine Dixon.
He used to pull up at our park all the time.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck?
I thought he was hood before. I think he's more hood now.
I remember one time I was in front of the, like, he's sponsored by the local skate shop before he like made it big. And I would
Yeah.
I went to the shop and he was there, and I bought a board and I was like just skating in front. He was like kicking it with me. And then some girls walked by and he tried to hook me up with them. Grown ass women, but
What
literally
the
grown women, like 2-3 times my age at the time. He's like trying to hook me up with these like cougars or something. Like, bro,
What the
stop it. Like, this ain't right. Like, what is he doing? Like, Antoine Dixon is crazy. He's the homie,
was
man. He was dope. Actually.
crazy. And
I
to
don't
the
know. I
fact
don't
that-
even know how we got off on that tangent. We're supposed to be talking about streaming, by the way. We just spent a good 20 minutes on
No,
skating.
it's good. I mean,
But I mean, it's a little intro to who we are, I guess.
Who we are, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think. I mean, people bound to know like our lifestyle before.
Yeah, we bounce around. It
And, like
happens.
how our childhood was. I mean, I'm not saying our childhood is like crazy, you know what I'm saying? But it was. We had some childhood stories. You know.
Yeah, honestly, like the hardships, the crazy shit. Like I've done a lot of dumb shit and bad shit growing up, but I think that really shapes me. It shapes everyone.
Yeah.
Really is a beauty in the struggle. And I'm definitely have a
Writing
different.
book, Brian? That was well
Beauty
said,
in
bro.
the struggle? That's what he
That's
said.
and it's just
Say it
it's
again,
crazy.
Brian. Say it again.
There's definitely beauty in the struggle. What's the other
Beauty in
one?
the struggle. Okay.
Ugliness and ugliness in the
wait,
success.
wait. Let me tweet this out, bro.
Oh.
All right, let's
can't
get
put my phone,
back.
so I'll
It's no longer my autobiography. It's a little intro on all of us. But I think that honestly,
Wait, actually, where is my phone?
honestly, like all my different, I've had tons of hobbies growing up, and I felt like that kind of helps when it comes to streaming. Because I can talk to almost anyone about anything. Like, you know,
What do you mean?
like I will find a way to connect with someone. Like whether it's gaming, music, streaming, sports, like growing up having so many different like outlets, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know the word for it, but it really helps like connect with people.
I think
I can
so
tell like I can
going
literally
back to your
talk to
question-
some weeb for a good hour, and I'll talk to some hood ass skater for an hour, like, and I'll find a way to click with them, like all types of different like people, you know.
Actually, back to what you were asking, if do we have any tips?
Okay, now tips for streaming.
Oh yeah, that's what we're supposed to
This
talk.
is what we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah. So tips for streaming.
And that segues into the tip, like adapting, being able to adapt while you're streaming.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say, being in sales, actually, and not just myself, but anybody
Me too.
who been on sales could connect Twitch because you're selling yourself on Twitch, right? Like not just on Twitch, but on YouTube and social media and stuff. What you're selling is you. You know, I mean, in sales, right? You sell an item. You know, if you're a car dealer, car salesman, you sell cars. You talk the hell out of like customers into them buying it, right? And you do the same thing, right? You talk people into believing in your grind, right? This is your grind, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think being able to connect with so many people can actually bring growth faster than you think, right? Like you can play games, you can play games, right? And I'll tune in. I don't know anything about you, you don't know anything about me, and I'm gone the next day. But
that's true.
Being able to connect with that person can bring that person and really give you that, there's like give you that trust. Like, oh, I trust this guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about skating with this guy. He used to skate. I used to skate. We could talk about this all day. So next day, you stream, and I'm there, bro. I'm there. I'm ready to tell you. I just did my first trade flip, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it creates a stronger bond. More likely these guys will come back. Like, man, like if a random person came in, they see my posters, we talk about anime for a good hour, it's more likely he will come back to my stream rather than someone that I have like face value, like small talk with.
Yeah.
And it really helps that you can dig deep in your pockets to really connect with people.
Well, actually, you shouldn't be focused on taking their money.
No, okay. Not like that. Oh yeah, try to get in their pockets, bro.
That's Brian's strat fucking kicking in right there.
Oh my god. That is not what I meant.
Brian
Definitely
conversation with you guys. But he's actually slowly reaching in their pocket. How much money you got in there, bro? Thank you for the $5.
I'm just leeching. But that's definitely what helps you connect with people.
Yeah,
for
connecting
sure.
with people is like definitely something.
Number one. And you want to bring in your experiences from life, your different experiences that you can relate to other people, or you can even shed light on, like, hey, I've done drugs. Like, for example, right? I've done drugs. You're talking about drugs. You want to make sure they don't do it. You let them know, like, it's not even all that. It's not that good. I don't know why you guys are dodging. I'm just using it as an example. It can help when you give some insight, and if they really look back and think about what you've said, I think it can resonate with them, and they'll respect you and fuck with you more. At least that's how I feel. I've even watched big streamers, and sometimes these big streamers will say something, and it like really resonates with me, and I'll always remember, like, you know, a certain thing Ninja said, even though people talk shit about Ninja. Like a certain thing Ninja said, I'm like I remember Ninja saying this specific thing like a few months ago, years ago, and it really like stuck with me. Regardless.
No, yeah, that may I know what you mean. I was just fucking memeing.
Yeah, you guys are just trolling me. Fuck you guys. Drugs, Monka W.
2020 cap. Come on, dude. I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean,
Fuck you guys.
I'm kidding. No, but for real, yeah, like
I will not admit to any usage of anything on on record, on file.
Okay, so yeah, so going off of that fucking, you know, going off of that tip, like connecting to somebody, talking to somebody deeper, is that like initially when you guys started streaming, do you guys even remember like how you would say hi to people? Like, what do you guys remember like what you say? Because I don't.
Honestly,
I was awkward as
okay.
like that was so weird.
Oh yeah,
I was
true.
actually so formal before.
Dude, Dom's first stream, he was like wearing a button up, like super, like he was so stiff. It was so funny. I wish I had like VODs of it, but he was so stiff. And once you loosen
I
up,
was so stiff. Bro.
yeah, once you loosen up, get used to the camera.
First stream, I was like, yo, I got my first viewer said, yo.
Oh, what's up, man? And then he's asking questions, and he was answering so formal, like, oh yeah, I did this because of this and that. And, like he was just so like,
God, dude.
Now look at me, man. What the fuck is this, man?
doing backflips and shit.
See, that's the thing about I think Twitch is, man.
You gotta loosen up. You gotta get used to the camera, and that's why you gotta start. Like, you're not gonna make music, bro. This is another issue I see with streamers or people that want to stream. They say they want to, but they're not trying, and they're not putting in enough effort, or they're streaming with no cam, or they're streaming being bad at their game. Your first stream is going to be dog shit. Probably not gonna have any viewers. You're gonna be bad. The quality's gonna be bad. Like, everything's gonna be bad. You're not gonna make a really good song your first try. You're not gonna shoot a 3 10 times in a row and make all 10. Like, you gotta practice. You gotta try. I remember Hamlin said that he actually VOD reviews his stream. Like,
what the fuck?
Let me see what downtime I have. What did I do wrong here? Was I not entertaining enough in this like segment or this hour? I don't do that, but like that shows like he really cares about his craft, and you gotta try. You're not.
Actually, I was watching a documentary one time. I watch a lot of documentary off screen, and a lot of things I pick up a lot of things off documentaries. You know, real stuff, real life stuff. And one of the documentaries I've seen was it's not really a documentary, but it was, what's his name? The guy who donates money, Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Mr. Beast was like, yo, man, like if you're an aspiring YouTuber, he was talking about YouTube at the time. And,
but you can still correlate that to Twitch.
Yeah,
for sure.
and he was like, yo, a lot of people think about ideas on YouTube and like the content that they're gonna do, but one thing people don't realize, people don't care the quality of your video. I mean, they do, right? But that's like one of the main focus why people don't do the great idea that they come up with, because they want the quality to be insane.
So focused on having
that makes sense.
And Mr. Beast was like, yo, just keep creating content, keep posting videos, and you will see your craft from the beginning is nowhere near where your craft is now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you could have like a shitty camera back then, and then you have this like crazy Nikon 7.3 million $100.
And Mr. Beast is a perfect example. Like, yeah, he does like big money videos now where he gives away a lot of money. But if you watch his first videos, he didn't do any of that.
He was actually playing Minecraft.
He was playing Minecraft and games, and then he started watching fucking that Jake Paul music video for 10 hours or something and uploaded that. Like, he was just very creative and just pushed it out. He didn't wait to make money and to give away money. You don't wait for you just got to do it. And people wait too long and let the moment go by.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. And here's a hard pill to swallow, and I'm ready to say this with confidence.
Hope it's what I'm thinking.
It is exactly what you're thinking. and I want your chat, Denzcy's chat, my chat to know this. You don't grow on Twitch.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly.
The biggest tip I can give to streamers is to not stream.
You don't grow on Twitch at all. You meet people on Twitch, but you don't grow on Twitch. You don't. That's. I think that's like literally the blue pill and the red pill in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Choose one, but that pill is hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. You know what I'm
And
saying?
when I say not stream, it's not like you can't completely stream. I spent a whole year streaming 12 hours a day for at least 5 to 7 days a week. Literally every single day. And the amount of growth I had compared to when I streamed 6 to 8 hours, but did YouTube videos and spam clips on Reddit and other platforms, that whole year I spent grinding Twitch was a waste of time.
Yeah.
The growth was very useless.
You don't grow on Twitch at all.
99% of Twitch streamers do not grow organically on Twitch.
Yeah. I mean, maybe before, if we're talking about before,
years ago.
2016,
Yeah.
But right now, if you're not the best player in your game, or you're an A-list model, if you're not one or the other, don't stream on Twitch.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying this to be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? This is behind the stream podcast. That's the name of the stream, and I think honestly, we keep it real.
Or well, I mean, not like completely don't stream, but say you want to do it full time and you're, prepared to do 8 hours a day for like 4 or 5 days a week. Maybe just do 5 to 6 hours, do less hours, and put in those extra hours on your other platforms.
Actually, I was I don't know, yo Denzcy, I don't know if we had this conversation on my podcast, but I told somebody, I know I told my chat, my community, you can take two people, take two people, right? One person who would stream the whole year, right? The whole year, nonstop, let's say, right? 8 hours a day, Monday through Monday, right? 8 hours, boom, 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 boom. He plays whatever he wants. Right, he gets like 20
Oh,
viewers,
especially if you're bouncing around variety. Oh god, good luck.
Whatever. You could play Fortnite for a whole year. It don't matter, right? And take another person who doesn't stream on Twitch, but he creates or she creates content on Twitter or Instagram. She has like a lot of followers. She posts a lot of like working out videos, working out pictures of himself, and they got that exposure and people are following them. Just one day, it takes one day for this person to tweet out at the end of the year saying, hey, I'm streaming, I'm playing this on Twitch. That person will most likely have hundreds and thousands of viewers rather than the person who grinded Twitch for the whole year.
Discoverability is Twitch's biggest problem, and I don't think they can do anything about it. It really sucks that like you're only discoverable while you're streaming. You're only on people's recommended or on the catalog while you're streaming, which is already really tough compared to TikTok and YouTube, where your videos are there forever. And I think the term's evergreen. If you make evergreen content, which means it's always relevant, your video can potentially get viewers or exposure and pull no matter what for years to come, compared to your just one sitting of 8 hours.
Yeah, dude.
And the TikTok out, we know a guy that decided to grind TikTok this year, and now he's probably gonna get partnered on Twitch. Has couple thousand on TikTok following already, and that just shows how much stronger the algorithm is in your favor.
Yeah. So sorry, you can go ahead and finish it. Sorry, how's it?
Well, just two examples. The one guy that's grinding TikTok now, he's about to get partnered, and another guy that grinded his Fortnite like educational content. Two people I know, Bala and Rich Homie Quinn, both grinded educational content on YouTube, and both their Twitch channels blew up. And Bala works for Epic now. Like, he got hired from grinding YouTube videos.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, so like going off of this, like whenever you ask people that have streamed for a while why their community is popping, if you did exactly what I did, or if you did exactly like what Dom did, you're not gonna get the same results because Twitch is different now. Like the way that you and it's gonna continue to change, you know,
It's gonna
because
continue to change,
it's,
bro.
you know, that's just how it is. But with Twitch now, like when somebody asks me how to grow, like if I tell you what I did, you would
It won't
have,
work.
you know, yeah, it just won't work. And again, that's just like kind of the cold truth, where it's like if I tell you what I did, it's not gonna apply because now with social media being super big and it's very relevant, being, you know, similar to what Brian and Dom said, is that, you know, exercising your flexibility of being able to, you know, to transfer your amount of time from Twitch to, you know, whatever, TikTok to, you know, musically or whatever, being able to be flexible with all of that stuff is like the wave now. And it's been like it's starting to become the thing because there is just a huge like gap with Twitch and being discoverable. Because when do you guys ever watch somebody's VOD? Like as just like casually you think, oh yeah, let me go watch Brian's VOD. Like nobody does that. And the fact that you're offline, you have no visibility to anybody. Nobody checks out like your clips or your, you know, your VODs unless you're in their chat. You're in the streamer's chat. They're like, oh, let me check you out,
The
and that's
only
it. Like,
yeah, the
like
the
it's done on
best
that for me.
the only way to organically grow is like you have a few Twitch clips that pops off on Reddit that you still usually actively have to post yourself, and broadcasts like people only watch your past broadcasts if one, they're just being thirsty, right? The weirdos that do that, or two, you're really good at the game and people are trying to actively learn from you. So if you're not the best, man, you're doomed, and you have to find a different outlet. There's
Here,
that-
let me
it's
ask
so
you
rare.
guys this question, dude. This question is gonna blow your mind, y'all. It's gonna blow your fucking mind. All right. Do you guys know why Kanye and all these big artists this big? Not because their music is great, which is great. Their music is great.
Uh-huh.
But do you know that these people stayed relevant because of one thing?
What? Consistency.
Consistency! Bro, you guys have no idea. Chris Brown, for example, bro. Chris Brown. I mean, my man is Mr. Steal Your Girl. But this guy, Chris Brown, is probably like one of the biggest dick you could probably meet. This guy is the biggest douchebag that you could most likely meet in this world.
But you cannot disrespect his juice and
get
his
him
power.
off the wagon, bro. This guy is
Always
relevant.
relevant.
He's always
Crazy.
relevant. No matter how bad things get, you know, with the Rihanna, you know, getting hit by Chris Brown, even after that, he was so much more relevant, bro. 'Cause he was so
Consistency is
consistent.
key.
He's a genius.
But like we said before, you know, I still have that problem. I stream on Twitch consistently, but it's better to use your time efficiently to upload on other platforms and use that in transition to Twitch. Unless you're literally rank 1, top 10, like make sure you use other outlets. But ultimately you need consistency on everything.
Like nobody wakes up and, you know, every morning and say, "Man, I'm so excited to watch Brian's stream today." Nobody does that. Nobody says, "Yo, I can't, oh my god, dude, it's 8 o'clock in the morning."
Gotta give him time to rest.
I you know, like nobody ever does that. Nobody. Nobody. You guys don't wake up like that. I don't wake up like that. You guys don't wake up like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, some
Nobody
people
wakes up
might.
like that. You're telling me somebody wakes up and say, "Oh my god, dude, I'm ready to."
I mean, it normally doesn't happen to us. Not, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't wanna
maybe
get into
bigger
that topic.
streamers. Oh, I can't wait to have XQC stream. Okay, when
know,
you're a
yeah.
streamer of that size, they can just stream full time. But if you're up and coming, you can't, or you shouldn't. Very unlikely to make it if you stream full time. But for them, once you get to a certain size, you can stream every day. The discoverability is good enough for you, and you can do it full time.
It's
Yeah.
really just about like staying relevant, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And that is a perfect segue into the current Twitch culture. What has changed from back in the day that you have to do and adapt to stay on top in Twitch? Now I want to say the example of old OG top streamers that are kind of falling off. They only stream full time, their games are dying, or they're not as good as they used to be. You know, we have a new wave of top streamers like Tyler One, relatively kind of new, you know, Dr. Disrespect. There's only a few big streamers from back in the day that are still on top.
Actually, Dr. Disrespect is one of the topic I want to.
He's relatively newer.
Yeah.
But
think about this. Yo. Isn't this crazy? If Dr. Disrespect, right, just take all his claims, take off all his claims, yo, like that back-to-back, you know, back-to-back championship he had, whatever, like whatever he's saying is, right? Just take out all those factors away, bro, and just focus him. Just think about just him and his stream. He's not doing any. I mean, like, yeah, like his content's crazy, right? But how did he get up there? You know, and one thing that he did, right? He became the bad guy, right? That was his way to become relevant.
You know, he low-key also grinded YouTube before he got big on stream.
I did not know that.
Dr. Disrespect had YouTube videos from 10 years ago. I'm looking at his YouTube channel.
Yeah,
10
no,
years,
but
10 years ago with his persona.
What? Yeah.
It took him.
But that's what I'm trying to say. If he did every single thing that we did, you know, and stayed on the right path, he probably wouldn't be himself today. But what he did, he's a smart guy, bro. I gotta give him props for it. He was smart, bro. When he started on Twitch, you know, he targeted the big streamers. He knows he can play. He knows he can play. He knows he can perform in games. He knows he's a good player, and that's why he took advantage of it. And he's so smart for that.
Yeah, because of his
took advantage of Summit.
Because of his persona.
You know what I'm saying?
Because of his persona, people won't cancel him. He's known as like this hard-headed, like, I'm the shit kind of person. So he can create and stir a little bit of drama. It's not real drama, but it's just enough for people to talk. Like, oh man, Doc just flamed Nadeshot, or he just flamed Summit, and they're like beefing it, and then they 1v1 and Doc dies or something. It's all fun and games, but it's enough
fun and games.
It's all enough publicity, and his persona allows it so he won't get canceled, and it's accepted.
But think about this.
And they consider it content. He can be toxic, just like Tyler One. Actually, they're both literally toxic. Someone else did it, they might get canceled because it's their persona. It'll be talked about, and it's content.
Even the Tyler One
it's not
him arm wrestling Dr. Disrespect. That's not real. We all know that. That's not real, but that was publicity. Now everybody that knows Dr. Disrespect that doesn't know Tyler One now knows Tyler One.
And vice versa. Doc's a perfect example of someone that's not good at games, but is a top content creator because of his personas and consistency.
It's not about working hard. It's
working
all about
smart.
Working smart, and that's exactly what he did. We all work hard. We all work hard.
But we
wake
working
up every morning.
too hard.
We think about the content we're gonna do today, and then boom, we do it. But that's not really thinking smart. He was smart. He took advantage of the big streamers. He took advantage of the publicity. He took advantage of all these things he did.
He also invested in him. He
So,
invested in dude, he's had this persona for 10 years. He invested in this persona. He curated it. He invested in his stream because the stream quality is crazy, right? With his overlays and stuff. And he doesn't do the craziest amount of hours on streaming, but he does just enough, and he's very like big on every other platform.
I mean, okay. So you guys are like talking about all this stuff, and the base of this like discussion was like, what was it? It was like, what are things that like old streamers did that you can't do anymore?
Yeah.
And you're like, you
And
guys were
Twitch
talking
culture,
about all
like the
that stuff,
shift
and
of Twitch culture, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, there was not enough streamers, and there's still viewers. So Summit can literally click start streaming and stream for 12 hours. But
I mean,
you can't do that anymore.
like
course.
streamers had it a lot easier, and like I've had conversations with people that got partnered before the whole social change, and like you could literally just be yourself, and you would organically grow, and that's the
Yep.
difference now. Like you can't just like chill for like 8 hours and like expect results. It's like you've got to go, and it kind of it sucks thinking about it though, but like you have to go out of your way now, which is of course like, yeah, you've got to put in more work. But if you think about it, I can guarantee you like a good portion of people that that got big back then didn't work, not that they didn't work as hard, but they didn't think out of the box as much as we have to now, because that back then there was nothing that they could base off of, and they could do whatever they want. For us, we have stuff that we have to like we can't have that doctor disrespect like persona. Like you have to think about like so many things of like, what have streamers not done yet? Like that's the kind of struggle that we go through as streamers, because like there's so much that like we have to avoid to be unique and stand out. And like that's kind of, yeah, it's like it's cool hearing about like everybody's upbringings and stuff of the old people, but like the new like Twitch people like us, I would consider us new, is like it's
It's not
so
even-
much harder to like pop off.
It's not even just us though. It's the past big streamers that are also really affected by the shift. Like PewDiePie used to average 20, 30,000, right? And he hasn't really adapted to what needs to be done, like other social medias. And now he's
Right.
low thousands. Now lots of old big streamers have fallen off, and obviously they're still kind of at 100, maybe 1,000, which is still amazing. But they don't have their old 20K viewers like they used to have, because they can't they can't keep up with
pill to swallow.
the change.
There's a lot of swallowing happening here. Yo. Here's another hard pill.
Little shush in here.
I've ran into a few people that come into my stream, and I'm sure you guys have had these type of people, and I'm sure people in your chat are streamers who had these people in their streams. Hey man, how do I grow? Can you host me? I have like X amount of viewers right now. You know what goes behind, in my head at the time when I see those people? These people aren't gonna make it, bro. I'm not saying I'm gonna make it. I'm not saying you guys are gonna make it. I'm saying these guys.
Nah, I mean I don't want to say they're not gonna make it, but I feel like
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, bro.
When I see that, the amount of like information, they're rock bottom in terms of understanding what they're getting into.
No, what I'm trying to say is that these people is gonna they're gonna have a hard time.
You're gonna have a long journey.
They care about the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying? Imagine going on stream. Imagine you guys going on stream, and you guys are ready to play this new game, but it doesn't have the result, the number result that you guys are expecting. Do you guys continue to play that game?
But
Probably not.
But generally,
right?
those people in your chat are the people that stream for like 3 days in 1 week. They don't get any followers, and they're like, "I quit. I don't have money. I'm not getting viewers. I have 1 viewer." They just give up, and then they just go in other people's chats and complain.
Twitch is about having fun. It's about playing video games. It's about it's about like getting exposed with whatever you're doing, right? It used to be a gaming platform. Now it's like cooking. You got art. You got all these things, right? But do you really enjoy what you're doing if you care about viewership?
Yeah, that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like you guys could stream. You guys have 50 people one day, and then you guys get 10 people the next day. Do you guys continue to grind? Of course, because you guys enjoy streaming. You guys enjoy playing the game you guys want. But these people, they care about like numbers. And I think those people need to realize that maybe numbers is the last thing you should worry about. Just enjoy streaming, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I sound harsh right now, but that's just reality.
Ooh, before I want to backpack off of that, but I
know
need
what I'm saying?
to use the restroom. So
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
right back. So,
Oh,
I got a lot
oh
to say
no.
about that though.
I
You know
agree
what I'm
with that
saying?
though.
I feel
People
like
people
okay.
come in
I'm
and
saying
just see the
I grew up in an era where you need to take what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to take what you want. It's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna be worth it at the end, right? And this is what we have. We have 15 people watching us. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy what I do. We enjoy what we do. We enjoy making videos. We enjoy playing games. We like playing with each other. Kappa Pride. That's not what I meant. But you know what I'm saying? Regardless of the numbers, hey, I go to sleep peacefully.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's a passion. Exactly. It's a passion. You know what I'm saying? Like, why stream if you don't have a passion for gaming? Or why stream if you don't have a passion for content creating? You know? Why do stuff?
People don't enjoy the journey. They just want the end goal, and they're
The end
not
goal, yeah.
they're not
But when you
willing
reach
to
the end
enjoy
goal,
the.
it's boring as hell.
And even
There's
when
no
you watch,
progress.
who knows what the end goal is? Your journey is not gonna stop. What is your end goal? $1 million. Oh, you have $1 million in your bank account. Are you just gonna quit streaming now? Like,
It's
are you
actually a
done? You
lot
hit your
harder when
goal.
you're actually if you could skip the journey and skip to like the end goal. It's a lot. It's actually you don't notice, but it's actually more stressful, bro. Because when you're on top,
Look at
you're
the
only
people,
going
bro.
down.
Look at the people that win lotteries and just their life is just in shambles because they immediately got forced into the end goal, and they don't realize the fake people around them. They're like internal
Right?
their issues
Right?
that they had is just magnified because they have money. You know what I mean? Like the journey is what you're supposed to take to find the right people, to find your passion. You learn more about yourself. You learn more about the people you care about and the people you want to keep with you. And then once you make your goal, you have people to celebrate it with. And you know, you just have to trust the process.
Brian, hey Brian, you
And
got
it,
some big brain under
and
that fro,
dude, it's
bro.
the shit that blows my mind is the people that say I want to stream, I want to make YouTube videos, and I click their channel. They've streamed one time in that whole month. How do you know you like streaming when you only stream for 2 hours this month? What do you mean? With no chat interaction. How do you know you like YouTube videos when you've made 0 YouTube videos? You've made one. You made one. Like, oh, why aren't you making more? If you like YouTube, you would be making them nonstop, regardless of views. You like the process. You like recording. You like editing. You like making the videos. But it's just like blows my mind. How do you claim you like something when you barely even do it? How do you know you like streaming when you streamed twice this year? Makes
Exactly.
no sense.
Damn, Brian, I love this aggro.
Like,
Brian.
okay, maybe you like watching YouTube, maybe you like consuming YouTube, and maybe you want to do something else. Maybe you want to stay involved, but you're not a YouTuber. If you're just simply just not making videos, maybe you like stream, maybe you like the Twitch culture, but maybe you're not a streamer. Maybe you're better off as a moderator. Maybe you like making graphics instead. Like, like obviously you're just not putting in the effort. It just tilts me, dude. Those are the people that tilt me the most. They're just like fake. They're like fake claiming, and they're like they're trying to like lie to themselves that they like something.
I have a question for you guys. Would you guys rather work and make money, work and make money, or go to sleep and make money?
Of course, dude. Sleep. That is what investments and everything is. You wanna be able to make money when you're not working. That is
exactly. So
that's what stocks. That's what investing. That's what
will
YouTube.
blow you guys' mind. All right. For you guys as viewers, for my viewers, for you guys, it's gonna blow your mind. I was watching Nipsey Hussle's documentary. Rest in peace, by the way. Nipsey Hussle. What's the first thing that pops in your head when you think of Nipsey Hussle?
Lauren London.
Fine tell. What about no, seriously? What do you guys What's the first thing that pops in your head when you guys think?
Oh man, being a boss, bro.
Yeah,
He's very motivating. He keeps you
Never
on
knew
top
what
of
he
your
was
shit.
up
The
to.
marathon continues. You never give up. It's like he's really him. He's like very motivational. Pushes you to
Yeah.
enjoy the marathon, and you're always just grinding, always working.
He's a rapper, right? That's what you guys
That's
are
what you
thinking.
want. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Rap.
you guys are thinking. That's the marathon, right? Like he's a grinder. He's a rapper, right? He grinds.
Yeah.
But do you actually know his actual grind?
Nope. I never knew.
I kind of knew. That's just because I'm very interested in Nipsey and what he really meant.
I was watching a Nipsey documentary, and one of the things that opened my mind about Nipsey, my man is more than just a rapper.
Yup.
Rapping was his entryway. You know, he's a real guy. You know, like he's a real street like hood gang banging. You know what I'm saying? Shoot you in the face on the spot type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But rapping was only his entryway. So he was making off, he was making money off like his mixtape, his album.
But on top of that,
views.
he made sure
But-
he owned masters to everything.
Yeah,
He was he's the epitome of a boss, bro.
yeah, but that's not his actual grind. After his music pops off, right? He got into like multiple businesses. He has his store in Crenshaw, right? Where he could literally go to sleep and make money off that.
That's where he
And
got
then-
shot too, though.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
rest in peace, man. He's a real one. And also in the documentary, he was in the middle before he died, before he passed away. He's in the middle of getting into cryptocurrency. Imagine that. A dude from the hood making music is into cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
And what I'm trying to say here is that streaming could last forever, but it's not something you would want to do for the rest of your life.
that's kind of why I've been like directing towards. If you think about it, streaming is more of it's grunt work, right? Like you're only making money while you're streaming. I mean, maybe if you're a bigger streamer, you might get subs, but you make money off your actual time sitting down and having a session. But you're not getting a residual income from like, just having a couple YouTube videos up there sitting, generating you money. Like Nipsey, he's doing stocks, owns a couple businesses, masters all his music. When you release music, you don't gotta touch it or do anything with it. The music's gonna sit there, people are gonna play it, and people will get you money.
Yeah,
just from playing your music.
That's what streaming is. Streaming is like your rap music. Like
I literally made $1 an hour. I calculate my math from Twitch. I'm making $1 an hour.
What's stopping you from really making a living off Twitch? Nothing.
Yep.
You're just lazy. You're lazy. There's so many things you can do, right? I'm lazy. It's the same reason why I haven't done so many things on my stream. It's because one, I doubted myself.
We
I doubt
don't.
myself all the time.
It's just you need to want it, man. What was that motivational speech? You need to want it as much as you want to breathe.
Oh yeah, I know.
Right? Like, and
let me
I'm fine.
ask you this.
It took me 3-4 years to click. Like, I am tired of being lazy. I worked hard, but I didn't work smart. I would tell myself like, okay, I'm still being productive today because I streamed 8 hours, but that's not working smart. I'm taking more days off than I used to. I'm streaming less. We're doing this podcast. We're gonna have it everywhere. I'm making more YouTube videos. I actually have TikTok finally. Like I've been talking about TikTok for months. I'm a little late now, but I'm finally there. Like I'm tired. Like I'm finally actively doing shit instead of always talking about it.
Yeah.
And to prosper on Twitch, we can complain, but what the fuck's that gonna do? Obviously, Twitch is harder than it used to be. Obviously, YouTube is hard, and it's harder than it used to be. But if you're complaining about it, you're just gonna lose in life. You gotta play the game, and you gotta grind. You just gotta do it.
There's so many things you can do to make money off Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Not
And,
just subbing,
maybe you're
not just donuts.
maybe you're an attractive
that.
female and you have great Instagram photos and you can use that to pull it in. Maybe you're a memer, you know, like I think Avalanche and all of the mob. They're just Twitter memes and they're just Twitter heads and literally making a living off that now. You know, Fedmeister, he had no idea he was gonna be a streamer. He was a fucking full-time editor. He went from editing YouTube videos to putting himself in front of the camera and prospering. Like, you just got to like do something instead of just sitting here and hoping you get a host. What do you like? What?
I think
So-
that's what.
All right, Denzcy's getting antsy. Denzcy's getting antsy.
because,
He
like,
wants to go in.
You guys are talking about this shit, and it's like every time you guys are going off about it, it's like I could give you the explanation why, and I'm always here to be like the very logical person and
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
explain to you guys what they're talking about in simpler terms. And this kind of just I think there's like a theme going on here, right? There's already a theme that this is unplanned, but I kind of see what you guys are always gravitating towards. And it's like you guys talked about how Nip and how we are as streamers, and how we realize at this age, or whatever age you learn, that you've got to grind and all that stuff, because that's what we knew, that's what like we grew up on and we realized, right? But like the main difference with Twitch culture then, or like with how our culture was then growing up compared to how it is now, it is super fucking like condensed into like an easy mode mentality, where it's like you don't have that mentality as like a 17-year-old, or however young. There's a certain age group where you realize that like you've got to grind to put in that work.
Yeah,
And then
that's
there's
true.
the age group where it's just completely cut off, and it's grown off of some the new whatever was past Gen Z or whatever. That group of like people that grew up on different, they grew up differently because they grew up in this other era, like the social media era, where it's like, oh yeah, I want to be like this, I want to be like that. But they don't ever actually learn about how to do it, like because of how different it was, how we grew up compared to how people are now, which is why it pisses off like us off so much, especially as streamers that are around our age. It pisses us off because we understand what we have to do to get to where we are. But these kids that come in, they want the easy mode out. They want to come in and get a straightforward answer because nobody taught them like how how to grind.
They also
Grinding is
probably
like
didn't
not a
have
thing, and,
jobs.
like it's not a thing you learn really anymore, to a point where you've got to ask a streamer, how do I get there? You're asking a streamer. Like, if you think about that, let that sit in your head, that kids are doing that shows that there's a cultural shift, like maybe in the world. I don't even know if it's just America, but in the world, where kids are coming to streamers asking because they're completely clueless. Like, isn't that fucking blow your mind? That blows my fucking mind.
They're not Googling anything. They're used to instant gratification. That's this generation, right? Everything is instant gratification.
Yes.
They're not used to things that take time. And also, the people that really hurts to see the most are players that are professional or on teams or professional level players, but they're not putting out content and they're not utilizing their spotlight. I have friends that are signed in Fortnite. Thankfully, at least Zexro grinded, right? But like, there's people around him that they're signed, but they're not really streaming, or they only stream a little bit. They're not capitalizing in their spotlight, and it's really painful to see them waste their their prime years, and then once they're not good enough to compete anymore, they're like, okay, let me stream now. LCS players that didn't stream when they're in the LCS, and then once they were dropped, what do they have left? No, they just don't take advantage of their situation, and it really sucks.
I wish I knew about stream when I was like 15.
Yeah, if I was
Yeah,
younger.
right? Like if we followed the curve.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Damn, bro.
And honestly, for some people, maybe streaming just isn't for you, or like maybe streaming content creating is just not for you, and that's I think the hardest pill to swallow. Because maybe you think you're passionate and you want to be a streamer, but you don't like doing the other stuff. You don't like the YouTube. You don't like making TikToks. Maybe it's just not for you. If you can force yourself to actually make a video once in a while or something, like, and you can like convince your brain that you enjoy doing it, maybe, but like just for some people, maybe it's not for you. The idea of being a streamer sits well with you, but the responsibilities and the work of being a streamer doesn't. Just don't force yourself to do something you don't want to do, you know? And I think that's the biggest hurdle with most of these people, especially kids, because they don't know any better. They think they want to stream, they think they like this stuff, but ultimately they don't, because they're not even trying.
They don't. They want the money. They want the
Yeah.
fame. They want everything they see because they think that's all it is.
I think people need to realize that Twitch is on the internet. And when you're on the internet with your face on, bro, you get internet shit. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people need to realize as a brand new streamer, kids or adults or however how old you are, you know what I'm saying? You need some thick skin up in here, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy. I could make a different account. Never done it. But I can make a different account, you know what I'm saying?
Disclaimer,
Big
never done it.
D69, you know what I'm saying? And I'll go in Brian's stream. Hey, you suck, dude. You're trash. You know what I'm saying? But Brian's not gonna care. Because I know Brian. He got a thick skin. I bully Brian all the time. Sometimes I get mad because I can't get through him. You know what I'm saying? But he had a thick skin. And that's what internet is. People are just gonna talk their everybody's just gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? And I think people need to realize that, you know that saying, success is the best revenge, right?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So think about that.
I mean, honestly, the more successful you are, the more hate you're gonna get too. So
yeah,
Yeah,
the
be
mentality
prepared.
everybody should have on Twitch is that, dude, I don't care how much you hate me. I'm gonna end up on your timeline. You know what I'm saying? You should have that mentality. You should have that savage mentality. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you don't like the way I play the game. I don't care if you think I'm not funny. I don't care if you don't like me. But I'm gonna end up on your timeline, bro. Right? I'm gonna waste your time because you're gonna have to click on my profile and block me personally. But that's your time that you wasted because you hate me that much. No, yeah. I'm gonna end up on your timeline. You know what I'm saying? I think people should have
And
that
honestly,
mentality.
haters give free publicity too.
Yeah.
You know, talking about you, hating on you, they inform of other people about you. Look at Russ, dude. You guys know the artist Russ?
Yeah.
Dude,
Biggest douchebag guy.
Everyone hates him, but he is balling. He's eating, and he has one of the. He honestly has one of the strongest fan bases. Ride or die. He has a ride or die fan base.
It really does.
And I think it's because of all the hate, so it makes his fans even a bit more stronger.
That makes sense, yeah.
You know, I don't know. That's just my. That's just what I think. But
he literally just came out with another album, and he had some crazy. He had Ty Dolla, he had Kiana Lede, and you know, if you're making that kind of music still after all that hate, you're doing something right. Whatever you're doing it
oh
right.
yeah, okay. 6ix9ine is a more current example. So much hate, breaking records, broke records when he came back. Insane
so
numbers with his music videos.
You
it's
think
just
6ix9ine cares that you go on his
dude,
live
bro, the more people talk his shit, like just more number. Oh, you're in his live to talk shit. Fucking dude, boost his view count. Keep coming. Like it helps. That's what we used to do actually. When I started streaming, I would literally keep a toxic flamer in my chat for as long as possible, just to get the chat going and just to get my view count up for a bit. Like keep them there, dude. And honestly, sometimes you can convert them. They're just looking for a reaction, and sometimes they're chill.
That's a great example, bro.
Yep. It
happens. He doesn't care, man.
Dom knows a lot about transferring a hater into a supporter, right, Dom?
It do be happening. When you have a toxic viewer in your chat.
You used to always talk about how you'd have this toxic viewer and you'd be nice to him, and then suddenly the guy's like, oh yeah, I guess Dom is cool, you know?
Kill him with kindness type beat.
Dom was a king at that whenever he played Fortnite.
Yeah, they would always come into my stream, you know, like request troll music and just just talk shit. But it doesn't get to me, man. Like honestly, like I need people to really notice, bro. I'll leave my house And I would care more things that happen outside my house than what happens in my stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, bro, honestly, I like what I do. You know what I'm saying? And me being nice, I'm a nice dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I got thick skin. Growing up with Brian, growing up with all our friends.
Dude,
Bro, I keep
we're just
telling my
assholes
chat,
out
bro.
here, bro.
Bro,
I grew up
my
going through
friends
some
were
mean
way
ass
more
shit, dude.
savage.
Yeah, what these kids say on the internet is
It's
baby
nowhere
food,
near
bro.
the savage level my friends have, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're so savage that this is a true story. All right, true story. And I'm like one of those people. My friend actually, he has a little side business he was doing. I'm not gonna drop names, but he got robbed. Like gunpoint. Like he was looking at somebody's gun pointed at him, right? And he got robbed
2 of them.
in his car. Both of my homies.
Fucking crazy.
But the next day that
You
I
clouded
seen
on.
him, I was clouding on him, man. I was like, yo, man, I heard you got robbed.
Is that a guy thing or is that just like a Cali thing?
What?
I don't know.
I know girls don't. You can't do that with girls.
Nah.
They'll explode. But with the homies, if he's alive, right? First of all, he's alive. Like if he got shot and he's like bleeding or something, obviously,
I know my limit.
it's definitely a guy thing. But like if he's kicking it and he's, oh damn, bro, I pull up like like a gun hand or something. Like give me your shit. Like just fuck with him, bro.
Yeah. And I would always mess with them. I'm like, yo,
He's
I heard you got robbed,
too
bro.
soon, man, too soon.
And they'll be like, yeah.
I'm kidding, bro. I'm glad you're alright. Like, that's Twitch, man. I actually know.
To realize that on Twitch.
But I do know someone that streamed. She was a female, and Twitch got to her that she quit completely. Both her chat and I guess like she kind of attributed her like or correlated her growth to her looks and started getting really down on how she looked and was like, I think it's because I'm not attractive enough that I'm not growing. And she didn't have thick enough skin, and it just like got to the point where she just quit completely. And it sucks to see. I mean, for guys, it's much easier for us to write it off, you know.
Yeah.
But for girls, sometimes they see it that way, and guys too. Like sometimes you'll see it that way,
I guess it just depends.
You'll just kind of you'll come to the conclusion that like maybe Twitch just isn't for you. And I think that's why you actually gotta try and stream a few times. Yeah, it depends on how you grew up.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you grew up and you never really got into like.
Yeah.
In those type of
the internet can be mean, so
yeah.
They're safe behind their monitors, so they just be mean, bro. They say some mean shit, and if you're not used to it, if you're not prepared for it, not gonna survive, man. Yeah. I get it, both guys and girls. I have some homies that are soft as hell, man, and they will fucking. You flame them while they're playing, they play even worse. They start falling apart. They're gonna end stream. Like, you know, it goes both ways. It just really depends on how you grew up.
Yeah, you really have to have thick skin, yo. Growing up, man, I got made fun of all the time. You know the best thing I did? I just laughed it off. I was laughing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like skating, for example, right? I'm skating. Boom, boom, boom. And then that little tiny pebble will fuck you up, dude. And you'll like fly, bro. You'll fly in the air, bro.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
On your butt. And when you know, my friends, they would see me like, yo, man, dog, you stupid, man. You saw that pebble, old buddy. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. Yeah. And I'll pick up my skateboard and go on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We had a friend who literally skated to school and fell and practiced.
We used to skate to school in the morning. This is the storyline. We skated to school every morning. And we would skate. There's a bridge that we crossed. He tripped on a rock, hit his face on the pole on the bridge. And he looks at us. Am I good, bro? Like, smiling. Half his tooth is gone. And we're all looking at him. We're just dying. He's like, what's wrong? And then he touches his mouth. My tooth is gone. He's like freaking out. And we're just in tears, bro. And this kid is a class clown. He's like perma talking,
class clown.
always flaming. That was
Yeah.
the only day I did not say him. I saw him not say a single word. He didn't want to open his mouth to let anyone see his tooth was gone.
Yeah.
He went the whole day
Actually,
with his
I
mouth
remember
shut.
that day.
I was just clowning the whole day, like, smile, open your mouth, and like he would like start
I
punching me and shit, like
remember
telling me to
that
shut
day.
up. It was just so funny.
I was like, yo,
damn. Your
'cause I
tooth
wasn't
is
there when that
gone.
happened. Brian's the one that told
I was
me.
literally
So he
behind
was
him.
with me.
I watched him. I helped him get up. He looks at me, talks. I was like, what the fuck? Open your mouth again. Open your mouth
And
again.
the
It's
funny
just
part about it
gone.
is when he
Oh,
pulled up
no.
to we have the skate spot that we would skate before school started, right? And they were laughing when they came in, and I was like, yo, why are you guys laughing? He was like, yo, hey, Russ was just I just dropped it. Yeah, Russ was just
Russ.
like lost his tooth, you know. And I was like, yo, for real? Let me see it. So he reached in his pocket. He reached in his pocket. He was like, yo,
Dude,
here
what?
it is, bro. And I was like, yo.
Oh my god.
That
And we were
man
just making
tooth
fun
was
of him.
gone.
But see, he didn't care because
I mean, I'm sure he was hurt, but like that's character, man. That's character
that's character,
development.
that's character.
And then like I've seen people that were soft though, and they played a lot of games and streamed a lot, and it gave them tough skin. So you don't need the background, but you just have to have the understanding, like the internet trolls, and maybe you can get the tough skin as you play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so my experience with this is funny because I used to be that insecure fuck on stream where like, you know, I would be very, you know, insecure with what's on the camera and what you see, and I used to be very good at like hiding it. But I was actually super like I was like the very like introverted kind of guy, and something that I got made fun of starting when I started streaming. Damn, bro, you look skinny as fuck. And I was like, you know, that used to get to me, and I was like, haha, you know,
I was
funny.
skinny
Like,
too, bro.
I try to put off the shit, but like now, I embrace that shit just because, you know, after streaming, it just, you know,
Okay,
like
Brian.
you just stop
I'm-
caring, and I'm just like,
I'm skinny.
bro, I'm skinny. What's up? Anybody trying to hit me up? You know, like, I just
Yeah.
embrace it. Like,
Hey, yeah, that's
something
true,
that
actually.
comes with streaming.
When I first
know.
streamed, I was like, I need to at least have a decent cut.
Yeah,
Room's gotta look nice.
right?
Now look at me. I look
Yeah.
homeless. I got my laundry. I don't really care no more, dude. You know,
Yeah.
like shit. And I think it just comes with like the, you know, the journey. Like you need to start that journey. I think the hardest part is to start the journey, which is a lot of people. A lot of like, you know, first day at the gym. You just need to physically get yourself there. You just need to physically start your stream.
Mhm.
And
You don't
that's
see progress until later on.
yeah, and obvious. No matter what, you're gonna be bad at whatever you do. What's that saying? Like someone that is a master of their craft fails more than a beginner. And that's just because they've done it so many times. So obviously you're gonna fail, and the beginners never fail because they never tried.
Yeah.
You just gotta fail forward. You can't keep doing the same mistakes. But when you make the mistake, you have to move on from it and move forward.
Twitch is one hell of a road, bro.
And Twitch feels like it's just like a video game, you know? Like you just gotta dissect it, try to
I was
understand
actually
it.
having a conversation with my chat, and they said,
Loses improve.
and I told them straight up, I was like, you probably have a way better opportunity if you stream off Mixer and YouTube, yo, than Twitch itself.
There's
Because,
less
think about this.
competition for sure.
Yeah, think about this, yo. There's so many celebrities right now, basketball players included, who streams on Twitch. And who would you watch, bro? Would you rather watch Devin Booker or SouloTV?
But-
Probably Devin Booker.
But the
right?
thing is, even those celebrities aren't getting many views, to be honest.
No, but that's still thousands.
I mean,
of
obviously, yeah, like Devin Booker is streaming, he'll have a couple hundred. He's not gonna be number one though. But they're not gonna be a one viewer like most of us. You know what I mean?
viewers. Yeah, but see, that's the
But
thing.
they have their platform from being an athlete. They have their platform from, you know, I've seen Instagram models stream here and they have a decent start. Like I said earlier, the Twitter clowns and like TikTokers can stream here. Like you need to use a discoverable platform and bring it to Twitch. You don't want to start if you have literally one viewer. If you're not opening your own stream on your phone to at least bump it to 2 or something, if you have one viewer, you probably have a better chance of winning the lottery than growing with 0 viewers. Unless you are literally a god at your game. So
we had a conversation about that too. What is your platform? What's your demographic?
Oh, you want to shift there?
No. But we just had that conversation last time we talked, me and Denzcy.
Yeah.
Oh, no. This can be a topic. We'll focus on our end goal. What is our dream end goal with streaming in general? This includes demographic. This includes how long you're planning on streaming and what you want to do after, or what you want to do.
Streaming should never be a thing for you guys. It shouldn't to any people. Streaming should not be your end goal. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you make so much money. Let's say you're making $500,000 off streaming. You know, racking like 30K viewers, right? You stop streaming, you stop making money. Is that what you want? That's not what you want. You need to build that foundation. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of businesses that could be made through Twitch, through YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So many people make money off just merch alone. You know, and they make those money while going to sleep. You know, people from Europe who's awake at night while you're sleeping, sees your merch and be like, "Yo, man, I mess with this." They click on it, they buy some. You just made $30 while you were sleeping. You know what I'm saying? So I think that you got to think outside the box what your end goal is.
Tyler won.
My end goal, I want it to be a YouTuber. You feel me?
Yeah, same.
I want to record my life. I feel like I don't have the best and interesting life, but you know, I mean, I do some pretty stupid stuff with my friends. And I think that, you know, like that's what I want to do. I just want to have fun and watch videos later on, look back and be like, damn, Brian, like you and I were stupid back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Tyler 1 is a perfect example. He recently took a month or 2 off to play a separate role in League of Legends and climb to the highest rank. And during that time off, he lost 15,000 subs. And who knows how much donations. Yeah. And do you want to really get punished that hard for taking a month off? Like, what if you want to take a month off because something serious happened, vacation, stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
So I love streaming though. It is my favorite thing to do.
I love streaming.
But
I love
streaming should become your like second or third revenue stream and shouldn't be your highest. In my opinion, all streamers are not all streamers. Top streamers are definitely working on their YouTube platform, and I think YouTube should be their biggest income.
Yeah.
YouTube's your number one. Then you want advertisements and buyouts to kind of keep you really happy, you know, going to YouTube, going to Mixer, staying on Twitch. And then Twitch income should be for fun. Yeah. Shouldn't be a consistent.
Jason just made a good point. He's on Twitch just to make friends.
Yeah, that's too.
To make friends.
I like that. I like hearing that. I think a lot of people think that like
I made a lot of friends on Twitch. It's great.
Everybody's like they don't. I don't actually ever hear that like as much as I used to. Like you just get on Twitch to hang out with people. Let's say you say that, but you could just be saying that to yourself to lie to yourself and just say like, you know, maybe you want to stream and stuff, but like in reality, like, you know, being so invested to become a streamer isn't the wave. Like it's really not the wave. You shouldn't be cutting out your responsibilities out of here. You should, you know, you don't want to invest into just streaming and then it flops and then what you wasted how much time of your of your life. You dropped how many classes? You stopped going to class because you wanted to stream and stuff and then you came out of nothing. Like
I mean
Twitch is not that priority. It should not be that priority.
Mm-hmm.
I think for that though, I would take a gamble if your stream is doing very well. And say you're averaging 100 plus, you like randomly stumble across a decent game that you're really good at. and I wouldn't necessarily say at the end of the day it's a gamble, but I think you should capitalize on your traffic. Say you're the number one, MS2 streamer. You're the number one streamer in that game. Make sure you capitalize on all platforms and grow as large as you possibly can with that game until it dies out. Games come and go too fast, unless you're streaming like Fortnite or League or something. But if you're playing a smaller game, you can capitalize on it and be as large as you can be, and hopefully it translates to other games.
Right.
Obviously, you're not going to have 100% translation, but you want to bring as many as you can.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm just being straightforward because, again, this is behind the stream and this is my point of view because I fucking been there. I literally took the gamble. I quit my job. I, stopped focusing on school as much, and I took that gamble. You need to have a backup plan. If you full send, you need to fucking make sure that you have a back plan, because if you don't and you take that gamble and you lose that gamble, what do you have left with?
That's true.
You need to at least have a backup plan when you make that risk, because that will bite you in the ass regardless of how successful your stream was for a month, for a year. You will fall back and you will realize that if you lose that gamble, what do you have? Do you have a backup plan?
There's two things you want to do when you take that gamble. The first one is, if you do decide to take the gamble, first one is, what are you going to do if it fucks up? You can go back to community college or the same job or a job similar to it. And then two, what do you mean by taking the gamble? Are you just going to stream all day for an extra couple of hours because you're not working? Or are you actually going to post on every social media platform and you have an actual, are you, I'm talking about serious. Say you have a job, 9 to 5, you're quitting. Make sure you wake up at the same fucking time like you're working. Yes. I'm waking up from 9 to 11. I'm making my YouTube edits. And 11 to 12, I'm eating. This time to this time, I'm going to stream. And then after you stream, I'm going to search through my best clips and upload them on TikTok and Instagram and all that. When you take the risk, you got to make sure you're not just being a degenerate and streaming 12 hours a day and hoping it works out. It can work out. Streaming 12 hours a day could work out. If your game requires you to do it, it could work out. Like Slicker, right? He got popular because when WoW came back out, I think. Fuck, I wish I should have looked this up. But when WoW came back out, he wanted to be rank 1, which required him to be a degenerate. If you're doing something like that, it's okay. But if you don't need to play 12 plus hours a day, make sure you have a good schedule of other stuff. That's pretty much it.
It's your 9 to 5. You don't get to just bullshit around and stream whenever you want.
Yeah, you make sure you're on top of it. 9 to 5.
This is your job. You put in the same work as if you're clocking in, as it's a regular job. If you don't, you'll see the results within a month or however many days, months.
Yeah.
You could be seeing your stream growing because you're putting in more hours, but it can grow even more if you're fireworks, god damn it. But it'll grow even more if you're doing it properly, Yeah, this Fed's outside. Shot you? Just dodging. Oh shit! Oh, Dom, help me! Oh shit! God, man.
Actually, the same fireworks. I was sleeping at I was staying at my girl's house, and we had a dog there, and then the fireworks were popping off. And my dog, he's not the most cuddly dog ever.
I'm about to look outside and get clapped, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my dog actually loves to be on his own. And there was fireworks popping off in Long Beach, and my dog I was laying in bed, right, and I was like, oh shit, dude, I'm baked as hell, right? And my dog just got up on my head. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck are you doing up there, dude? He was afraid of the because it was too loud. Yeah.
But yeah, let's wrap up our angles. So pretty much, I want Twitch to be a for fun thing, but not my main income. I want to make enough money and have a good enough platform to where it's YouTube focused, merchandise even, and business investments for sure. Whether it's stocks, whether you're investing in someone else, whether you're investing in a business, something like that. I think is ideal. Maybe you buy real estate, anything. I definitely, you need more than one source of income, and that goes for anyone. Even if you have a regular job, if you're making good money, invest in some stocks. Fill up your 401k. Like, teach yourself this shit. You know, like learn this. Buy some real estate. Not in California. Go buy houses in other states because it's much cheaper, and you'll pull way more money. Like, you just gotta learn. Spending money makes money, and I'm just hoping to get a lot of money initially and reinvest in myself and do shit with it.
Yeah, what a lot of people don't realize that the money that you make on Twitch or whatever your 9 to 5, they think I think a lot of people are comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? You get $1,500 paycheck here and there, right? And then you spend. I think people need to realize that the money you make off of your 9 to 5 or whatever job you're getting, whatever revenue you're getting from, right? I think people need to realize that. Let's say you make $1,500 a month, right? And you pay your bill. Let's say that's 500, so you have 1,000, right? And you think that's okay to live with, right? Buy food, buy clothes, and stuff like that. But I think people need to realize, and they need to use that money to invest on other stuff. Reselling is actually something I did before that I want to get back into, actually. And what I did, you know, obviously I got connection from like Finish Line and stuff like that. And I got shoes here, there, and I would post it on, you know, social media, but it wouldn't sell right away. You know what I'm saying? But the amount of people, the amount of exposure that you get on Twitch now, you could potentially sell something off while you're streaming, bro. You know, I got some like, you know, some bread 11s that size 12. You know, you'll be surprised how many people are actually shoe heads and hype beasts.
Yo, Twitch. All right, let's talk about opportunities on Twitch then that we've gotten, even as small streamers. Kind of crazy. I have people. I have met people. I've befriended people that. Oh, Denzcy, what did he say? I forgot. I didn't hear him.
Dom the plug. Yo,
actually, I'm gonna take like a 5-second break. I need a P2.
All right.
Hold it down, Solo.
Oh shit, what's up? Come back at the same time?
Wait, y'all were making out or something?
Oh shit.
Okay, I think we've been really negative about Twitch this whole podcast, which is fine, you know, because Twitch sucks.
Fuck Twitch.
Use other platforms. I love Twitch.
Baby,
it's just
baby.
we're just talking about the discoverability, and we need to do other things.
Being negative. I think what.
I know. I'm just saying. But now I want to say, what are the good things we've gotten from Twitch in the past couple of years?
It's not
in terms of opportunities.
It shouldn't. We weren't talking about Twitch in general. We were talking about streaming in general.
Yeah. Of course,
You
all
know,
platforms. Yeah.
We're talking about like Mixer streamers, YouTube streamers, Twitch streamers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so as small streamers of our size, you know, we've had 10 to 30 viewers, sometimes more depending on what game or whatever, you know, when I was competing, you know, or people would host. What are the benefits that we've gotten as small streamers?
What do you mean by benefits? Like,
what opportunities and what are the good things from streaming? I want to say obviously number one, meeting great people, having great friends,
Oh yeah.
and on top of that, I even feel like some of these. I mean, for my demographic, I've had some older people and older supporters. And if I really needed a job, if I was like, shit hits the fan, I need a place to live, I really need a job, one of these dudes would really help me out. I might have to move or I might have to go somewhere, but I really genuinely feel like some of these people would take care of me. Some of these friends and acquaintances that I've met on the internet.
So it's giving you like extra opportunities. you can
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
if,
and,
you
and,
know,
and vice
something
versa.
fails.
It's just like, like I just feel like I offer stuff to them, they offer stuff to me, and these are just connects essentially that I've made as a small streamer, and that's kind of crazy. And it's because we're small, and you can build a closer bond with these
Personal,
people.
yeah.
More personal bond compared to being a big streamer. You're not gonna really know. So
I want to expand on that because it's so weird how relevant it is, and this is why I fucking love working for Microsoft. But opportunities, right? That's kind of what we're talking about.
Mhm.
One benefit on Twitch, and whether you know it or not, is the opportunities, the things that you can actually pull in involuntarily. Sorry. For example, what Brian said, having that connect just because you were streaming, having that benefit of having that other friend or acquaintance, you don't come into streaming thinking of making opportunities or making new friends that give you opportunities. It happens. It comes naturally, and that's the most fucking satisfying thing about Twitch and being a streamer. You get to make those connects, and it doesn't even feel like it. Like, it doesn't even feel like a job or like you're forcing some kind
It
of like
happens
friendship
naturally.
and stuff. That's something super cool about streaming, and it's not something that comes naturally. When, like, if I were to meet Brian in person, like, that's not something we could just talk on for like 3 hours while I'm mindlessly playing League or something. That's something so cool about Twitch that has opened me up to so many possibilities, and meeting the right people and having certain people for certain things. Let's say you meet somebody and they happen to be an artist. Boom, there you go. You've got a tool that you can use. Somebody, and there's a mutual benefit for each other. Like, if you're to commission them, then it's that connect, having that extra possible opportunity to grow and expand your brand, or yourself as a person. Like, you learn a little bit about, like, oh, okay, this is how this person dealt with this issue. Now I kind of know a little bit more about how these people deal with those kind of things. Opportunities are like completely endless when it comes to streaming, and I just want to highlight that, and I'm glad that you brought it up because it's so, like, it excites me. Like, you can tell in my voice that it excites me, and that's one thing that I'm really passionate about, like, with streaming. It's making that connect. Like, I don't give a fuck if you sub to me or not. If you want to talk to me and have that one-on-one, down-to-earth type of shit, like, I'm all for that. I got a job. I don't have to worry about money.
How
I
about
don't have to worry
I
about
got that
money.
Microsoft
You
bread.
can come talk to me. Say, what's up? Are you sad? Like, did you just pull up on a girl? You popped something, or what?
Yeah.
Tell me. Like, that's so great about Twitch. Like,
Yeah, Twitch is such a
crazy.
great platform, yo. I was actually that reminded me.
What opportunities have you had from Twitch?
Those no, actually, I'm speaking on behalf of those artists and them
Emo
create
artists.
emo artists and stuff like that. You know how, like, they make money off that, not entirely on their subs, but they make money. That's their business. You know what I'm saying? They make a lot
The
of money from
commissions.
creating Twitch emotes and stuff like that. It's funny because and this is what I'm gonna say. I was in the Bay, visiting my cousin, and we went to this bar, and my cousin's friends came over to meet us at the bar, and one of the girl, she had this notebook, and she was kind of like writing something, right? And I was drinking. I was already like gone, yo, and I was like, hey. I'm like mad friendly when I get drunk. I'm already friendly, but I'm even more friendly.
True.
Yes, you are. I can vouch. You are.
So
I feel
talk
it
to
too.
anybody.
Me too.
And to me, I wasn't being rude when I walked up to her and asked her, yo, what are you doing? But I did. I walked up there and I was like, what are you doing down
Ew, what was that?
What are you doing down
That's how you walked in.
Because she was
Okay.
sitting down and she was drawing. And I was like, yo, that's kind of dope. Yo, like you draw and you're really good at it. And she was drawing and she was so good at it. Like she was, she went to school for it. Right. And I was like, yo, there's this thing called Twitch. And they create, I showed her, I took out my phone, went on Twitch, showed her emotes. She was like, wait. And she took it down. She's probably on Twitch somewhere. Somewhere. Has to be. And I told her, yo, you can make some really good money, doing
These commissions.
Commission. Yeah, you charge people and they love these. They love, different style. They love certain drawings, and you can make some real good money with this. And that's an opportunity. That's a great opportunity. If you're a drawer, damn. Make the best out of it. And
dude, that's anything. That's dope. Even Juki, like, he started video editing for his homies, right? We have John in chat editing for people, Jordy in chat editing for people. Like,
everybody hits up John.
And it's like, and initially it was just, we didn't know them as editors initially. We were just friends. Maybe some got into editing later. Maybe some were already editing, but we became friends naturally. And then it's like, oh yeah, I edit, by the way. And then
I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, hey, I need something done, low key. And you hit him up. You're like, all right, we should do this, we should do that, and collaborate or figure something out,
Yeah.
And
but there's a lot of opportunities to be made here. I mean, there's so many people. I'm into streetwear. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really.
Yeah, we haven't really got there yet, but like eventually, like with clothing, like we know people.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that Prince shit, like it's just crazy. People you meet.
So that's another opportunity for us. But like I said, I doubt myself all the time. I'm lazy, because I fear a lot of things. I fear failing, and I think that's like the biggest like pet peeve that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fear of failure is not
something that doesn't have the certainty that I'll succeed on that part. But that creating merch is something I've been wanting to do, but I just don't have the right connection for it. I'm not gonna pay somebody $200 to create 10 shirts for me. No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how the quality is. No, I need you to be reasonable with me. I want you to make money. I want to make money. But don't make money off me by ripping me off. I want to work with you. So if you're not down to work with me, I'm not down to work with you.
Oh man. That's a whole, we should say that for another podcast. Small orgs.
Oh no.
Yeah,
that's another.
Yeah, that'll be for another day.
That's another.
These small orgs that try to rip off small streamers and up and coming people. Oh my god.
Alright, because we're on this topic about business and stuff, Brian. I know you know about this guy. People that are into music know about this guy. I don't want Brian to talk about it because I know that he knows what's going on. Kenny Beats, what's he doing with Twitch? How is he turning that into a business? Why is his empire growing so fast and all that stuff?
Who, me?
Yes.
Wait, is this a new topic?
Kenny, no, this is the same thing.
We're kind of back off of what you were saying.
I don't know if you know who Kenny Beats is, but he's a pretty popular producer. Makes a lot of big songs, hit songs. You definitely know a song by him. His song tag, Whoa Kenny. You probably hear it on a few DaBaby songs and a couple songs. You'll recognize it. But this guy's pretty cloudy. He's chilling, and he doesn't need to do Twitch. He doesn't need to do YouTube, but he's doing both right now. Right now, this man is grinding Twitch. He hasn't been on Twitch in a while though, but he's been grinding Twitch ever since COVID, and he's actually giving viewers and other producers and nobodies opportunities to not only work with him, but to get their music criticized by both him, and he's had guests like Timbaland, Chance the Rapper, like Saba. I don't know why I call it
big
Saba, but big artists and big producers are like hopping on, and it's just like, because of Twitch? Like, I'm getting a chance to get Kenny Beats and Denzel Curry to review my music because of Twitch? And it's kind of crazy. Not only that, he's hooking people up, he's giving people sound kits, He's literally like getting emails and getting connections, and he's working with these small dudes, and he's willing to put them on.
It's crazy.
And that's not the only thing. Not just music. Technically, it's called leeching, but you know, if you do know the right people on Twitch and you have the right friends, it'll make the journey much easier.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I think Greek is a perfect example. He brute forced his way into becoming a streamer. This man stream sniped Tyler 1 in every game possible, but he's fucking hilarious. People probably already forgot he did it. They don't even know him as that anymore. But he stream sniped him so much that Tyler needed him for content, and to the point where he started streaming on his own. He's prospering now.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily bad. That goes back to like making connects. Obviously, it looks bad if you're trying to befriend a big streamer for like out of nowhere, but you know, it does happen when you do get kind of cool with a decent sized streamer and you guys play games.
That's just one of the things about Twitch that you can just find out, like you find out so many people that are just your homies or your gamers are so talented, and they've got some other kind of thing that they've got as a side hustle, and you're like, what the fuck, like why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
That's super dope.
See, a
I know
lot of
way
a
too
lot of
many
things
artists.
On Twitch too is that there's so like opportunity, right? It's like it's everywhere, right? But I feel like it's so easy to figure out all the wrong things when you're not having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ultimately, you do gotta have fun.
But when you're having fun, dude, it's fun, bro. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
opportunity is just there, bro, and just flying in. You know what I'm saying?
Next thing you know, your homie makes beats on SoundCloud. It's a meme and shit, but like, what if he makes some real saucy shit? You're really fucking with it, you know? Like, it's just really cool. It's the internet. There's so much on the internet, so you never know what'll stumble across your chat, or you stumble into their chat. It's kind of insane.
It's crazy, bro.
So, did you have any other? I have a question, but did you have anything else, Brian, that you wanted to like ask us before I ask this?
Last one is music, since we're talking about SoundCloud, anyways. Just your guys' take on DMCA right now in music. That's it.
Yes. I didn't know, like I kind of knew with like what DMCA was,
Mhm.
because I would look back at my VOD and like, oh shit, why is that muted? And then I kind of like at surface level I understood what it meant. And now they're just like harping on people that are big and stuff. And for me, like, this is very ignorant to say, but it's like, mute my clip, like just mute it. Like, can you delete it? Like, delete what clip that like matters, and I don't care.
Twitch is making, or they're gonna make some automated system where it deletes your clips of music eventually.
Right. Like,
I mean, they already do that. They already mute.
VODs. But now only VODs have been muted. But now they're gonna have a system that deletes clips, so we don't have to worry about those clips. What's your guys' take? Like, are you still listening to music? Do you not care, or are you like being safe about it?
I would love to rant about this.
Oh, you look like that though.
I have so much to talk about.
You said
I would love to rant about this, yo. First thing first, yo. YouTube has been around for so long. We got videos of people twerking on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
I mean, YouTube gets hit with DMCA way harder than we do.
No. I'm talking about videos. Videos of people twerking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People don't care. People don't care. People don't care. They love that shit. You know what I'm saying? The thing that pisses me off is that why is Twitch being a baby about it? You know what I'm saying?
About twerking?
About
I don't think it's Twitch just being a baby.
A lot of things.
It's what are they called?
Twitch.
The DMCA is definitely a fucking federal lawsuit if they don't comply.
Twitch reminds me of a parent. You know what I'm saying? A parent, like, you watch a video, you watch a movie with your parents, and then these guys start kissing. Oh, close your eyes, buddy. You don't need to see this. No, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just life is. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like your Twitch is babying every single person. I don't care, yo, Twitch, you can ban me for this.
I mean,
You know
outside
what I'm saying?
outside of music, I think the DMCA thing is a legal thing that they have to deal with. But Twitch's like regulations and all that shit is very inconsistent and annoying. It's really dumb.
And annoying.
It's
Doesn't make sense.
the only like my problem is it's inconsistent and it feels like streamers like
We have
Alinity.
this rule like we have a freaking booklet of songs that we could play.
That's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
Yeah.
Like they
Nah.
act like we have like
The
we can't play this song, chat. We can't play this.
Nah,
song.
the
My
music
bad.
is literally up to the record label. If the record label or the company that owns the music files a DMCA onto Twitch, then those specific songs that the record label owns, that's what we get fucked by. And it's only like 4 or 5 songs, I think, like a 50 Cent song and a couple other songs. So if you played any of those, you get hit with the DMCA. But if the record label never files a lawsuit, you can honestly keep playing the music, I believe. It's still a risk.
So
So I think if you play free music, like Chance the Rapper is not on a label and he has like mixtapes, I think you can honestly low-key listen to the mixtape because I don't think Chance will go out of his way in DMCA Twitch because you're playing his old shit.
So I have a question, and it's just something that I'm really confused about because I literally don't know enough about this.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
I mean, I'm not a fucking lawyer either.
I know. I'm just curious about what you guys think because I feel fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But, do these labels actually think that, you know, us Twitch creators are monetizing that much money where they have to do that?
Bro, we don't
I
care about
think
the music, man.
there's two. I think there's two things that they're thinking of. Actually, one, Spotify. You're technically in Spotify's terms of service. We're not allowed to stream Spotify on Twitch.
Wait, really?
Yeah, low key. So if you're streaming, don't say it's from Spot. If you're listening to music, don't say it's Spotify music. Like keep that low key because you're not supposed to technically. That's illegal on Spotify's terms alone because you're not supposed to. Imagine I'm paying $5 for this subscription, but 20,000 people are listening to it. That's
Okay,
technically
that makes sense.
really
That-
fucking
okay,
bad.
I
You know what I
understand
mean?
that part.
So Spotify
Okay,
could get mad about that. But to
that makes sense.
the record labels think we're just profiting off their music. It's like
Damn, bro.
they don't
This
see
is happening on the land of the free.
they don't see it as publicity. It's like marketing. If XQC is
Yeah.
listening to a song, 20,000 people are getting exposed to the song. They're gonna go look it up. But to them, they're just like, oh, XQC 1 view, but 20,000 people are listening for free. Those 20,000 should click, and we should get 20,000 more views. And it's just, you know, certain record labels
that makes sense.
are getting upset about it. That's why all record labels are destroying YouTube, because YouTube makes too much money.
That's true. Okay, I kind of understand.
But streaming is much harder to really calculate how much money, because like YouTube,
Yeah.
I have a 5-minute video, use this song. They get like, okay, we're gonna take a percentage of that, because you know. But for streaming, it's really hard to have like a concrete number of revenue because of the music. So they're just deleting and muting shit right now.
If you're a musician, I'm gonna just say this.
21 Savage tweeted it. Some musicians are tweeting like, "Go ahead, stream it."
Yeah,
But
if you're a musician, I'm gonna just say this. If you're a singer, a rapper, songwriter, whatever you are, dude, rock and roll music, whatever, you will make more money if you post videos, music videos, on YouTube. You don't need these labels, man. You don't need labels. You don't need, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nipsey is one of the independent rappers who made it on his own. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, they didn't have a label. I mean, they had their group friends, TDE, you know what I'm saying? All these, but like, you make way more money. You really want to break bread with a rich guy? You know what I'm saying?
it's just tough.
No, man.
It
You
really
wanna break
just
bread with the people.
it's these like old boomers in suits, bro. They don't understand what's going on. To them, we're just taking away potential money from them. They don't really understand. So like these old ass people from Samsung Entertainment Music or whatever, they're just like, oh, these guys are showcasing our music to hundred thousands of people for free. Let's ban them. Let's make them stop this. They're not allowed to. And then other people, probably like Internet Money, that group with like Lil Tecca and Nick Mira and shit. They understand. They'll probably never send a DMCA. We could probably listen to Lil Tecca forever, as much as I don't want to, you know. but I'm assuming like people like them, like they understand. So it really just depends on the record label, and it's not all music, as of right now. So I guess we'll see how it pans out.
It sucks.
It's because it's not Twitch's fault. I mean, it kind of is Twitch's fault, but it's not Twitch that's telling us not to listen to music. It's the record labels.
That's crazy.
And it's so many politics in it, so it's really hard to, like, 21 Savage tweeted, right? Like, we can listen to music on Twitch, but he's technically under a pretty fat label that I'm pretty sure will DMCA Twitch in a couple of years, couple months even. I want to really listen to his music. And technically he owns masters to his music, but I don't really know what that entails.
It doesn't make sense
Like,
to me.
if you own your masters, you'll make all the money, but I don't think he has distribution like power over it. So I don't think he has say if we can listen to it on Twitch or not. It's all politics, man. It's tough.
I think Twitch is being a baby about it.
No, that's definitely not it. That is the last thing. If Twitch is like a tenth of YouTube size. If YouTube is in fear of the DMCA, Twitch has all, like, DMCA, like, literally it's impossible for them to pay for like the use of every single song for every, like, Twitch is not going, Amazon is not going to be like, hey Sony, here's $10 billion so we can play one song, this one specific song on every single stream. We'll pay for it. Way. They're not going to do that. That's retarded. Why would they do that? I'm gonna say, like, it makes no sense.
It really, I don't know. Like, maybe I don't. It doesn't make sense to me that that's my opinion.
I feel you on that. It's horrible though. It's unfortunate.
It's just unfortunate.
I know.
And,
I don't like listening.
I mean, how do you think YouTubers have felt in the last, like, decade? YouTubers are not allowed to use their favorite song in their videos without making money either. We just got hit with the DMCA like laws later because we're like, Twitch is really niche and small. And I think as Twitch started getting more popular, labels are like, oh, this is a platform, we should hit it. Like, these fucking billionaires didn't know what Twitch is till probably now, and that's why they sent their lawsuits.
I don't know, man. Twitch is just, I guess.
This man blaming Twitch. All right, that's the rest of my topics. What do you guys want to wrap it up, or?
I think
Denzcy, you had something, right?
Was that your question about the music stuff?
Oh no. What was I? I don't even fucking remember what we were talking about before this.
We were talking about Twitch opportunities, like meeting people.
Oh yeah, no. I remember what I was gonna say.
Nice.
Yeah, so like with meeting people, right, guys? You meet other streamers, and you know, there are people where, you know, they come into your Discord and they support you and stuff. And this is it's such a weird topic because there's like two different complete sides to it. And this is something where you can kind of be very blunt, right? You can say something very blunt. And I think a lot of people are afraid to be very blunt about it. So, you know, let's say that you've got your supporters and stuff.
Why are you laughing?
I feel like I know where we're going, and I know what Dom's about to say, because me and Dom have talked about this.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me hear. I feel like it's going there.
I don't know. Okay, so you've got your supporters on Twitch and stuff, and then they hang out in Discord and stuff, and they're loyal and they like, your company and stuff. And this can expand really fast, right? Because when you become like a 20 to 30 average streamer, you get associated with other streamers and other viewers and whatever, and like it becomes just a fucking like a melting pot of just streamers and communities and all that stuff. At what point do you feel in yourself, like personally, where it's like, I get that you're a streamer, but I just don't enjoy your content, or like it's not a game that I care about, or you're not personable enough. But you are cool with me as like, I like having you in my stream and stuff, but like you don't like him as a streamer. At what point, like, how do you, deal with that kind of like thought?
Okay, this is not where I thought it was going.
Yeah,
I
man.
hit you with the big
Okay,
Going with the
so
curveball here,
you're
buddy.
saying I know that fucked me up. Okay, so you're saying me judging a friend that's a streamer, or
Yeah,
or
and then let's
a
say,
or someone that joins my chat, I find out they're a streamer and I check them out or something.
let's say that you check them out and you find out that you don't want to. It's not that you don't want to support them, but it's just nothing that's like you would watch. And
Well,
then
you can't.
That's kind of. I think
You
that's
can't
just.
support everybody.
Yeah, like
You're just one person.
there are some streamers that join my chat and I'm like, I kind of know he streams, but I've never checked him out. I've never watched him. And then there's some people that come in, I'm like, dude, I really fuck with him. I'm gonna follow him back.
right.
And then some I follow him back, but I never watch them. Some I follow back and I do watch. It's tough.
Right. Yeah, it's such a weird gray topic that a lot of people don't talk about, but they think about, and I know it because I literally think about it every day where I look into the Discords, I type in their Discord, hey, what's up guys? Hang out with their community for a bit on Discord. But then you don't go to their stream, or like you don't, whatever, like, or you don't follow them back or whatever, and people get
Well,
all
for me-
butthurt about that stuff.
For me at
Mm.
least, if you come into my stream and say, "Hey, I'm a streamer,"
Mhm.
I'm a nice dude, and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, okay, I'm gonna follow you."
Mhm.
If I remember, yeah, I'll follow you. I lurk a lot. Like I'll bounce from one stream to another without saying anything, but I'm watching you. I'm watching you. So I might not be there. You might not see me. I'm there, but I'm there listening to you, watching you play. And I do this a lot. I'm watching Brian. I'm like, yo, Brian, okay, just got a pentakill. Okay, all right,
Mhm.
game's over. Let's see who I could watch. Right, and I'll move from Brian's stream to another.
Yeah.
Right, and I'll watch
Okay.
him. Oh snap!
Hmm.
This guy just got an ace, man, on Valorant. Okay, and then I'll go back to Brian. Oh, it's a new game, new game, new game. Okay, right? I'm always there. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I don't care what type of content you create, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
whatever I'm watching is already a content because I'm intrigued and I'm watching you.
Mm.
You don't need to eat
Okay,
raw eggs,
maybe think
in
about
order for me to,
think
to
about
be
when I
intrigued.
raid a homie, right? And you're watching me, Dom. Say
Yeah.
you're watching me and I raid someone that is cool with me, but you have no idea who it is.
Oh, okay.
And
I
then
mean,
you
I
watch the
joined
raid and you look and you're like, oh, it's the homie's homie, but am I really gonna stick around and watch this guy, No. Like you smiling. Nah, you right. You right. I'll probably bounce. If it's someone you kinda know, like, oh yeah, I'll stick by. Like, what if I'm raiding someone I haven't talked to in a long time?
Mhm.
So that means you have no idea who it is. So I'm in there catching up, and then you're just watching some random grown man playing this Valorant game, and you're like, who the hell? Am I gonna chime
I
in
don't.
or?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't care what type. Like I said, like I don't care what type of content you create. If you hosted somebody and that's your boy, and I'm there and I have the time to watch, I'll watch him. You know what I'm saying? I'm
And that's
not
just how
gonna
you
be.
personally deal with it.
Yeah. I have something to watch.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
not
I
gonna
know,
dislike your video, your
right?
stream.
Because I know Brian and I feel like we probably deal with it differently, and that's just what I'm curious about. I don't want your fucking cookie cutter. Yeah, support everyone. I want your fucking honest opinion because and I could see that. I could see that, and I know that you're not saying this just because you're in front of the camera, Dom. That's
No,
literally
no,
you.
yeah.
Like that matches you. Like I can vouch for that. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And
And I
sometimes
would call
Yeah,
you.
like, I'm-
I would call you out. I would call you out if
Yeah.
if I thought you were lying. But I think
Yeah.
you're. That's literally what you do, and I could believe
Yeah.
that.
So sometimes when you stream, because you stream at night, right? I would go in your stream and I would just watch you. While you're talking
Mhm.
to your chat, I'm just watching you, and I'll just bounce from one stream to another.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be real with you. Sometimes when you're just chatting, right, just like, I just like listening.
Yeah.
No,
don't
yeah,
care.
I understand that because
Yeah.
I know as a viewer, like I
But
like just listening.
but it's
sometimes
like,
too.
what if it's someone random or you don't really know? Do you
Mhm.
stick around? Do you support them?
I give
Yeah,
them a
some-
chance. I personally give them a chance.
And there's times where like there's someone in my chat that like is a streamer, but I don't know they stream.
Mhm.
hmm So what do you? I mean,
It's like,
what are you trying to say here?
so
Dude, Brian,
sometimes
was that a suspense stop, bro? Like,
yeah, no, so it's like, so to them sometimes
what are you
I
saying, bro?
I don't know how to word this. It's like a streamer is watching you,
Okay.
and then they'll go back like, oh man, he never followed me back, he never hit me up.
Mhm.
Like, and then they can get a little salty that you never check them out. And say your viewers watch them, and one day I click, I didn't know Gab stream. One day I click, oh shit, Gab streaming. Everyone's in there kicking it. I was like, oh fuck, I feel bad. But like me and Gab are cool. But like, what if it's someone else and like, man, I'm gonna stop going to his stream because he never checks me out. It's kind of fucked up. I show him so much love. I do this and that. And then to me, sometimes I don't even know you streamed. Because
Yeah.
some people are really subtle about it and they don't say I'm a streamer. Some
True,
people are like,
yeah.
hey, I'm a streamer. Like, I just hit affiliate. Some people are very
Uh,
blunt, but some people are a lot more subtle and they come by once a week. They say what's up. And I didn't know they streamed that whole time. And it feels like kind of, I feel like I'm fucking up if I don't at least follow them back, or like this guy's regularly coming. It's not their fault. It's not, I don't know. It's no one's real fault really. It just feels kind of, I can kind of see how they're feeling. Like if I'm saying what's up to someone, I'm not gonna say I'm streaming, but it'd be kind of nice if there was like some kind of understanding. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I know what you
weird.
mean. It is weird. That's why I want to talk about it because it's so
Yeah.
like, ooh, like
And
walking on
sometimes
thin
I'll
water.
figure out because like I see like recommended. I'm like, oh fuck this name, or I see them on Twitter. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know this guy. I click it was tweet because someone retweeted it because we have mutuals, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy's been streaming this whole time, and I've known him for 6 months.
Mhm.
I feel kind of bad because it took me 6 months to realize he even streamed.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I don't. I mean, if I was in your stream, Brian or Denzcy, I think I was on Denzcy one time. That I slept at home and I wasn't on Netflix, but you were streaming. Remember the podcast? And then you were streaming, and I had your stream up the whole time. I fell asleep. Woke up, bro. You're still live. Holy shit, right? You were still live, bro. Sun is up and everything, dude. I was ready to eat lunch, and you're still live. And you were. I don't know if you were just chatting the whole time.
I tend to do that.
Yeah, and then you hosted somebody, and I was watching the person you hosted. I didn't get to
Mhm.
follow though, but I was
Mhm.
watching them.
And I think it's because there's so many mutuals in our circle.
Yeah.
So it's like, one of your mutuals will find me and follow me and say what's up, and I had no idea they were a streamer.
Yeah,
And then one day I find out from a mutual that they stream, and I'm like, oh fuck,
yeah,
let me say what's up. He's been saying what's up every time or something, you know, like,
yeah.
and it just gets tough to
I
keep
enjoy
up.
different types of content. Yeah.
So
yeah, I
like,
mean, I look
okay.
around, but
Huh?
I mean, I say I look around for other types of content
Oh,
too.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what I've been doing, and like, I wanted to talk about it because I've been kind of struggling with this myself, where it's like, it's not that I care about how many people I follow, but I want to follow you if I know I'm gonna like watch you or like even lurk for you, like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's weird. And I'm not gonna say any names or anything because I respect everybody's privacy and whatnot. But there's a homie of mine that has been following me for like, I've known him for 2 years. I met him at TwitchCon. We took a picture, all that stuff. I literally didn't follow him until like a couple days ago, and I knew that he streamed. But it's not that I had anything against him. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just never did because I didn't think I would watch him. But that doesn't change the fact that I appreciate him when he comes by and stuff. Like, that's like something that you can't like mutually and like mentally agree with. Like, it's so weird to like just drop the phone and you're like, oh fuck, like it's so weird.
That's what happened with me
Oh
and you.
damn!
Then
Did it?
Actually,
Yeah.
I think about
My man-
TwitchCon.
Okay, so Brian and I were talking, right? And that's when you came in, and I met you and stuff like that, right? But I've known you for a while, but I know for a fact I didn't get to follow you until like maybe a week or so. I think when I actually able to be on your stream, and I clicked that follow, and ever since then,
Shit, I don't even remember that. if I'm
Yeah.
being honest.
It took
yeah.
a while.
It took a while, yeah.
It
And
took you a
there's
while.
You
still
had to
people
work
that I
for
do
that
with.
follow.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna just drop names. I don't know if Don is still here. His name is B Blog, right? And I never knew he was a streamer, and I've known him. He would always come in, we talk and stuff like that. We play Fortnite together. I didn't know he streams, and then like months. I'm talking about months. I'm talking about months, man. Like maybe like 6 months after, and I finally seen him. I was like, oh shoot, man. I didn't know you stream, so I just hit that follow button. You
Yeah,
know?
that shit's hard. Sometimes, like, even for Gary, like, I saw Gary
Wait, I
around.
don't follow John, bro.
I would see Gary around, and it wasn't until like I saw a clip of him being a dumbass. One, the clip was funny. Two, I'm like, oh, Gary streams? Like, I had no idea. It took a long time, but that
John,
clip,
you're a
like,
troll, bro.
seeing that
I
clip
follow
made me
you.
realize it. You know, like, it's just impossible to keep up with everyone. But like you were saying earlier, there are just some people that you just feel like you're not gonna click that much with. You guys are acquaintances, mutuals. Like I went to TwitchCon, met hella people, and it's just like, oh, he seems cool. We're friends. Well, I'll turn up with you. I don't think I would ever watch your stream.
Exactly.
I hit you with the follow on Twitter. I regret it because I don't really care about your tweets. But like but sometimes those people do. It does happen. Actually, I didn't think about it till TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Cause like I followed so many people during TwitchCon weekend because we had an army of people at our house, and I followed so many people on Twitter. And I look back, I'm like, okay, half of these people I don't even remember their names. Half of them they stream, but I will never check their streams, and some of them don't even check mine either. It's like a mutual understanding. I feel like, and just like it is what it is. My content's not for them. Their content's not for me. But when I'm drunk, I get too nice. So I'm like following all these people. I'm drunk, and the next day I'm like, oh,
makes sense.
Oh fuck, who is this guy? I don't even know his name. He streams this guy streams Overwatch. I don't watch if his name's not Reed, I am not watching Overwatch.
All I'm saying is that it's better late than never, right? Like if you know somebody you haven't followed, hey, it's better late than never.
Yeah.
At least I followed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Don't be a baby about it. You know?
Hey, but sometimes, yeah, like,
dude, I'm gonna kick your ass, bro.
Sometimes I follow them late.
To follow you right now.
Yeah, but sometimes you follow them late and you're like, oh shit, wait, this guy's actually dope. Like,
no, I apologize.
Yeah.
Bad, bro. I didn't know.
It does set in.
Now.
What about somebody asked something? So
So we'll use the last few minutes. You want to end at 3 hours? Holy shit, we've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, we should probably stop at.
You got a lot of content.
Okay,
today, bro.
So we'll do the last segment on chat questions from everyone's chats.
Questions, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Somebody asked, what about knowing a streamer through mutuals but never following them because you've never had an interaction with them?
It's normal.
Yeah, it's normal. There's sometimes I can tell like I'm probably gonna vibe with them, so I'll check them out. But if it's something like seems whatever, they're playing a game I'm not really interested in, I'm just like maybe if we play a game that I'm interested in, maybe I'll check them out.
Kind of goes with like friend groups, like knowing that your friend groups are not going to like intertwine. Like it is okay to have multiple friend groups where you hang out with certain people only during that certain time, and that's completely fine. Like I'm in so many communities where I only talk to them if I'm talking in that community. I'm not gonna try to mesh all my friends into one, Discord.
That shit does feel weird, bro. That's one of my
it's like going to a party, bro. You meet so many people at a party, right? Or just life in general, right? And be like, yo, hey, Denzcy, this is my boy Brian, right?
Yeah.
And let's say you guys don't have anything in common, but you guys know each other. And next time you guys see each other, you guys isn't gonna say what's up.
One of the things I really
gonna be like, oh my god, yo, Brian,
Yeah.
Follow me on IG, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah.
Dude, what the I'm gonna shake your hand.
Nah,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Actually, one of my favorite things to do, or not, it's not my favorite thing to do, but I love seeing when friends of two different worlds just click. Really weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like,
Yo, okay, here's a
like
true
the
story.
best
True
example
story,
I can
true
think of
story.
is like, okay, like even just you two. I would play with Denzcy in Fortnite. He's like my teammate in Fortnite. Dom IRL homie, and then when I see you guys just vibing, you guys are homies. I'm like, holy shit, this feels good.
Yeah.
And even
that's
random
fair.
shit like Juju, one of my IRL friends, and then fucking Juki and Juju are just hanging out randomly eating lunch. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This kind of cool. Like, it's nice to see like the homies like just, and then Gary and like Juju like seeing like them colliding. It feels good.
It is cool. Yeah.
Whether if
Okay.
like I do it or not, I brute force it or not. Like seeing people come together
Actually,
is
doesn't
nice.
that make you feel good? It makes me feel good that I connect people together. I remember I have this friend, right?
Mhm.
Big ass stoner. And I have another friend, big ass stoner. I wouldn't consider myself a stoner, but yeah, I'll probably, smoke, right? But I'm not a stoner like you guys, you know what I'm saying? But I brought these two together, right? Boom. And I was the middle. And they started hanging out without me. Like, okay, you know? Like, yeah.
Are we
cool.
talking about you talking about the home?
Jakari,
Oh yeah, okay. yeah, that's what I
He
thought.
knows which
Bro,
one
it's so
you guys are
crazy.
talking about.
Dom
Two
collided
big-ass
two
spots.
stoners, and all of a sudden they make music together.
Yeah.
Insane,
Fuck.
Yeah.
insane,
they started
bro.
making music together.
They used to only hang out when we were there. Now they hang out 24/7 and make music.
the
It's like what the
fuck?
fuck? But you
That's
were
so
like
random.
you were like the
Okay, wait,
pioneer for that.
I got another question here.
I got
Do you ever
questions
feel
too.
that someone stops supporting you because you don't see them in chat when you're used to seeing them as a regular?
Wait, what was the question? I got lost.
Do you guys feel that someone stops supporting you because you don't see them in chat anymore like you used to as a regular?
It depends. If I know they're busy and they're doing other shit,
Mm-hmm.
like it's cool. If you can tell like when you guys end on bad terms or something came up, like
Yeah.
okay they don't fuck with me no more. It is what it is. Or I don't fuck with them no more. It is what it is.
Not everybody's gonna fuck with you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just
okay.
how it is.
I literally have like a first-hand experience, and I'm going to call you out because I fucking love you. But we only, you only started hanging out like recently again. Foam. That dude's a homie, and I've known him for a while. He never goes to my stream, but he's been in my streams recently. Super dope, and it happens. You're gonna have certain waves where you gravitate towards certain streamers, and that's cool. Like, unless they're like a diehard solo fan or a Damo fan, like that's cool. Like that's just because I understand, right? I've been on both sides, and sometimes I know I will like watching Brian stream more than Dom stream one month, and the other month it could be reversed. That happens.
It's impossible to just watch one stream all the time as your priority. There's times where I used to watch like Nadine stream all the time. Now like I watch this person stream all the time. Your interests change. Because someone watched me all the time, now they're watching someone else all the time. I'm not gonna be butthurt like, well, you switched up on me. Like
it's also the things that you do on stream. You know what I'm saying?
hey, maybe you're playing a
Like,
different
like
game.
For Brian, for example, right? He used to play Fortnite a lot, and I would watch him play Fortnite all the time because that's I'm interested because I played Fortnite, and then he would play League sometimes, right? I know how to play League, so I'm in his stream, and I would know what he's doing,
Yeah.
But some people don't really know what League is, and they don't, so they're not gonna watch you.
Yep.
Because they don't think what you just did is freaking crazy.
And sometimes it's not because of the game you're playing. Maybe they have an interest in a different game, or they just stumbled across a streamer that it could be the same game, but they just found a streamer that doesn't mean they don't like you. They just found a better streamer. And maybe that's not the best word for it, but they found a streamer that's more entertaining for them at that moment. They're just gonna kick it.
They stop watching.
They still fuck with you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just playing Alien Isolation, and literally some people that used to watch me on Fortnite came by and watched me play Alien Isolation, and we were just chopping it up. Like, what you been up to? Yeah. It's not because they stopped supporting me. I think they stopped watching or hanging out here because I went variety. Yeah. I don't play. They were asking me How come you're not playing Fortnite? Yeah, I just got over it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. What are Twitch etiquettes and guidelines you should follow when you want to network? And is it even worth networking?
Ooh,
Mm,
spicy question.
networking is important.
Networking is
Here's-
important, but how do you network without looking like a leech?
Like a
Depends.
leech?
What's it? It depends on your purpose
Damn.
on your channel. Why are you networking? Again, you gotta ask yourself that.
Wait, how do you network?
I don't network. I lied. Okay. I make friends, but I don't really see it as like an opportunity. I'll look for streamers that big or small. Like if the streamer I can really vibe with,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there was a time period where I used to host new streamers every day, every night. And every night I would host a streamer. I'm like, oh, this person seemed cool. Maybe we'll say what's up here and there. That's about it. And then one random night I hosted Nadine. I'm like, dude, she's a dumbass, but this is great. And then we just kicked it off. Like we became great friends. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like I wasn't going out of my way to find someone clouded. It just kind of like I was just hosting random people to make new friends, and we just got along. Kind of like how I found
how do you
Lexi. How did I find Lexi or Denzcy? Was it Lexi? Lexi found me? I
No,
found Lexi?
Lexi found Nadine. Nadine and Lexi were.
Okay. I was friends with. Oh, you're right. Never mind. Fuck. I forgot the timeline already. But yeah, pretty much. And then our mutuals just all came together. Like you just make mutuals because you know someone, and it just kind of naturally happens. And the networking kind of naturally happens.
Networking isn't you coming into people's stream and saying follow for a follow.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, if you don't get your, I'm a,
Get over real quick.
Boy, if you don't, all right, dude. Follow for follow is
There's
trash,
so many
dude.
different
Don't-
kinds
It's
of
like you gotta raid people. You
Go
gotta
to
just
people's
hang out in
stream
their
and saying,
stream and
"Hey,
say
I'm a
what's
streamer."
up.
Trash, dude. Get the boy.
You know, one thing I started doing, I started hanging out with people's Discord and dipping in the Discords.
That's
a whole
one
nother
way.
Different world, I'll tell you that.
Hopping in, just join people's discords to become a part of their community. Maybe
Yeah.
people will see your Discord icon, you're streaming, so
They
you're
see
like,
you live. Yup.
yeah,
Mhm.
and then
I've had so many people tell me that, like, oh yeah, I saw you in this person's.
yeah,
Discord
like you
when
befriend a
live."
couple of viewers in someone's Discord.
Yep.
Those viewers will go to you, and then when you go there, they're like, maybe you guys will post one of your clips, and that's how they find out.
You know what's a great way to network properly?
For me, though,
This-
rating helps
This is
the
how
most.
simple that is. This is how simple it is. You get to know. Oh,
Get to what?
You get to know him.
Brian Steph. You get to know them.
I heard you
Alright.
get. I heard you get to nut. I was like, what?
No,
That don't make sense.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Hey.
That does not make sense.
That's that late night.
Let me hear it
podcast.
again.
ain't
Late
even
night
12.
Damo
Why-
podcast.
Yeah, that's my podcast. No, actually, this is my official podcast now with these two guys right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah, these two are hosts, including me. So we're gonna have like a fourth person that we're gonna bully next time. Okay,
We
not
could-
bully.
we'll probably have a guest for the next one. We'll see.
But what I was gonna say is that you really just gotta know them.
Just make
simple as
friends,
that.
man.
Just make
Making
friends,
friends will literally, like, I don't
Ask the
see.
person who wants to play.
If I
games.
if I genuinely enjoy, play a few games with them, I'm so used to like playing with them all the time, right? Like, you know, you just make friends.
Yeah.
That's the two best ways to network. One, if you're a streamer, you rate him and you become friends. Two, if you're just a viewer, join viewer games, you know.
Yeah.
Cool Cat like brute force his way to all of our communities by playing
really
games with
did.
us.
He really did.
And now he's everyone's punching bag, you know.
Yeah.
But if Cool Cat ever streamed, I would open it, you know, just cause like he's a homie now, like he's just
You know
there.
the person, bro. You know what I'm saying? People on Twitch act like they never been a person.
Oh, Cool Cat does stream. Oh shit, I did not know that.
He does. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I don't think he has been streaming. Yeah, people just when people talk about networking and how to grow on Twitch, it's like you guys never. It's like you guys were born not human. You know what I'm
You
saying?
just make
Like, how
friends.
did you
No,
guys make friends in
dude.
kindergarten?
Most of these
You guys
people
played
don't have
together, you
friends
guys
though.
met
You gotta
together.
remember.
What?
People are on the internet because they don't have friends. Not most, but like some people just genuinely don't have many friends. They move a lot. They have circumstances, you know.
Brian, you're a little savage, man. Come on.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying they all don't have friends. Obviously, they'd have friends, but some of these guys never had the opportunity to make that many friends.
But I feel like people are just misunderstanding the word networking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people just when people say networking, it's just really just you. It means just making a bridge between you and that person.
All right, quick question. Why does Tempest not release content?
Because
Nice
Tempest is
fucking
lazy
name,
right
dude.
now, right? So shut the hell up.
It's not even just lazy. Like, you guys gotta remember that right now in the state, if you guys keep up with Tempest, you know how we all are right now. I don't even stream flat. Like, I stream like 2 out of the 7 days. Brian is, on the shift to, thinking of how he wants to direct his channel. Like, if you keep up with Tempest and you call yourself like you're loyal to Tempest and you guys keep up with us, you know why we aren't, pushing out content, because we're all
Everyone-
trying to figure out what's going on right
Everyone
now.
is working on
We're
their.
a friend group.
Everyone
when
either
Tempest
quit
comes out-
streaming or we're working on our individual streams, and it's hard to come together right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this.
We have Renzo doing
Y'all
new stuff
sleep
at
on
work.
us.
Denzcy started getting
Y'all
a job.
sleeping on us right now. All right. Y'all sleeping on Tempest right now.
This
I'm
is
telling
literally Tempest content, actually. Fuck you guys.
you. Yeah, dude.
Tempest podcast,
What are
actually.
you guys talking about? Tempest is here.
No, but we're all doing our own thing. You guys got to understand that we got lives too. And, right now it's just, it's a community. Y'all know that Tempest is a community. We don't fucking.
Yeah,
care
we're not
about-
going
we don't
anywhere.
care-
We're
we don't
just
care about posting clips. Like,
we-
if you guys fuck with us, you guys fuck with
we're
us.
just
That's it.
leveling up individually to come back and hit some bangers,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We're just
We're here to
working
have
on
a
our
good
crafts
time.
right now.
Tempest will be on its way, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be
for
bigger
sure.
and better, dude.
We're always still a friend group.
Phase who?
Damn, D-Fire hit a long one. How do you address that you dislike someone's new content or how they act on stream? Should you stop watching them even if you don't like their new content? What if you feel obligated because you're a regular mod and VIP?
In my opinion, I
As-
think
as streamers,
if a
it's-
streamer mods you, you're not obligated to mod.
Yeah. As a streamer, if they know I'm a streamer and I'm given mod or VIP, I don't feel obligation at all. I'm actually mod for people that I probably have never watched or barely watched. But as a viewer, like if you're just a full-time viewer and you got modded, how would you feel? Do you feel? Would you guys feel obligated?
If somebody like Nadine, who cares a lot about their stream, if I disagree with what's going on, somebody like her with that's her main thing. This is her income. I'm gonna mention something to her so that she knows my opinion. But if it's somebody like Brian and he mods me, he's just streaming whatever, and I don't like it, I'm not gonna make it an issue because it's probably not one of his top concerns. So you got to think about the streamer. Like, do you feel like you need to because this person's life depends on it? Their income depends on it? I don't know.
Yeah. But when people mod me in the stream, like, as long as I'm in their stream at that moment and there's a new person, be like, yo, welcome. Yeah, I'm a good mod, yo. I'm a good mod.
But for
me,
us,
mods
for as a
are
streamer though,
awesome.
some mods and VIPs feel like a mutual thing. It's not necessarily I'm modding you because you have to
Yo, John,
mod for me.
Example, John Nguyen, like he's literally modded in all of our streams.
Yeah, because John's a
Because he mods
fucking John's a crackhead. Anyways, that man has a fucking NASA setup with everyone's chat. But I'm saying no, I'm saying like sometimes a streamer will VIP you or a streamer will mod you and you do it back is like a homie thing or friends, but you like doesn't mean I'm gonna join more because I'm a mod. Like we just do it out of respect.
Yeah.
Right? Like
But
you have
I
some of
think
those.
people need to realize just because you got modded for one stream doesn't mean you got to take advantage of that power. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you get to tap my ass, all right, and expect me not to do anything. I will twerk. No, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like people like get too comfortable, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
you can. Yeah.
I've had to take take away mod powers from people. It's also
shit.
it's tough when they don't mod how you want them to mod.
Ooh,
There's no
yeah.
proper way to mod.
No, but like it's hard for them to mod how you want them to mod because like obviously no one has my thought process. Like sometimes I remember I'm gonna say Hossam, right? Hossam is instant ban hammer. He's very quick to ban people. I'm more like I want to play with this guy or see where it goes. So when I had Hossam modded, he would ban so fast. I'm like, wait, don't I have to unban him? And I'm like, oh, let me talk to this guy first, see what happens.
Actually, sometimes a bad mod could lead slow progress on Twitch.
Yeah. Also, if you have a shitty mod, they
Yeah.
can kill the vibe of your stream.
Yeah.
Not even that. Maybe they don't welcome new people.
Bro, I've been gate kept. I go to streams and I feel like I'm gate kept by their community
Right?
already, and it's
Yeah.
like, ill.
Not
I don't
good.
want to join this.
Yeah.
But then I've had mods like I like Diana's mods. Perfect example of like when I join, like
Oh yeah.
I feel
like
like
the
it's
mods.
it's a good vibe. Like they're all saying what's up, and it's really dope.
And that really just comes down to like great community.
Yeah, and
You're
then
gonna have
you have to have that talk with your mods who you choose to mod. Like I've done it before. Like, hey, don't ban like this for me. Whether it's on stream or off stream, like I'll just message him or something. Like,
Yeah, just talk.
this is what I want out of like a mod. If you do want a mod,
But see, a lot of people fall because of like high expectation. For
and then
high
some
goals
people,
like
oh
that.
fuck, man, I don't
Yeah.
want a mod. This is too much power. I just want to chill. All right, I'll take it. You don't need it then. It's all good.
That's me. That's me
Yeah.
on most streams. Don't
Yeah,
mod me.
I'm like, you know,
please.
like I'll take the VIP, but like I don't. It's too much work. I'm just trying to kick it. But some people do like helping you curate a good chat, so
Mhm.
VIP is honestly better than mod, low key.
Honestly.
Shit, I don't even have John
no
mod. I have him
obligations.
VIP. That should fucking upgrade him too.
Honestly,
Right.
I didn't give John mod like literally until maybe a couple months ago.
And John's like our homie, so it's like if he does
Yeah,
he does a mod thing that you don't like you literally tell him, and he's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll keep. I don't know if he can remember it because the way streamers want.
Fucking no.
I don't know how you do that, by the way. Every stream has like it curated, so he's like, oh yeah, I'm watching this person's stream. Maybe I'll let this slide by. Oh, I'm watching this person. I know she likes that shit insta-ban, so I have to insta-ban in this chat.
Hell
You know what I mean? Like you have to understand
good.
what that's too much work, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
cancer.
good on that.
Fuck that.
I guess the answer for that question is don't mod somebody just to mod them.
Have you
You have
guys?
to trust the person.
Oh, okay. Have you guys had instances where people literally only watch you because they're mod or VIP, and when you take it away, they bounce?
Yeah, I think that's pretty normal.
I've had that happen about 3 times.
I don't think that's ever happened to me.
It's crazy. I've taken away a mod, and he literally was like, "Wow, I donated for a permanent mod, and you took away my mod." And this guy comes like once every 4 months or something.
But
And
see,
then he's
you
like,
know,
"See
yeah,
ya."
see that. You gotta cut ties with those type of people, man.
Yeah, but that's
Just
because they're
because they donated doesn't mean they.
yeah,
are
but
right.
when that's just because I was a small streamer, so like I was quick to give out mod. VIP didn't exist. I didn't
Yeah.
really care who had mods. So when I was small, I modded a lot of people, and I
think-
didn't
I
really
think people
unmod.
need
I
to
didn't really
realize-
unmod till like later, like
Yeah.
2-3 years later, and that's when I started unmodding people, and then VIP started coming out.
I think people need to realize that just because you donated, and there's a lot of clips on this on Twitter that blew up.
Oh
Just
yeah.
because you donated, just because you spent money on us, doesn't mean you get to control us. You know what I'm saying? Just because you donated $100 to play with me, doesn't mean that every time you're here, I have to play with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Or you get to talk to me this way, or you get to talk to my friends this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, your opinion matters, your time matters, and I respect that. And
People,
thank you for doing that.
that's the worst.
Yeah.
They
I
think
that's-
they're like swinging around their big dick bit badge, like, hey, play with me, invite me. It's just like, dude, like, yeah, I appreciate the all the bits and the donos, but like, bro, like that's not what I'm about to do right now. Like, you're not running the channel.
You gotta support the person. You gotta support the streamer you're watching.
That's
because
only
that's
I've only
the-
seen that happen with one person actually,
Yeah.
and it wasn't necessarily my chat. Well, it was partially my chat, but it was like the homies chat. But I had
Yeah.
like I felt the collateral, but that shit's weird.
Okay, so like I think that goes along with how comfortable you are as a streamer. And the reason why I know that it hasn't happened to me is because I'm very straightforward with them and I'm comfortable with doing so. I've unmodded people and I've told them live, yeah, I just, I know you started streaming, so, I just unmodded you and I hope that, that's cool. If you
Yeah.
have an issue with me, DM me. That's
Okay,
it. Like
okay.
I'm straightforward and I'm comfortable with being straightforward with you.
What
So
are
it
you-
never happened to me.
What is your guys' mod expectations? Everyone's
Mod
different, right? Some people
expectations.
mod friends. Some people mod
Mod
IRLs.
expectations.
Some people mod actual modders. Some people mod people that say hi to everyone. Like, what do you guys like? You guys like a banhammer?
This is my mod expectation.
You want them to
Different.
gift you subs? Like, no,
It's fine.
Yeah,
No,
nothing.
I-
do you mod someone that gives hella subs? I'm not gonna lie, I VIP,
people
bro.
based
If someone
off-
gives me $100 or I VIP some people, I've sold out. I have.
There's
Not proud of it,
there's
but I've
only
done it.
One certain way that I mod people, and that's if I'm playing a game and I'm focused, and someone follows or someone hosted, and I don't have a mod, right? So let's say Big Bird's the only one talking in chat, so I would most likely ask Big Bird if he
Mod for
could-
the night.
if I could mod you and and shout out just anybody that hosts while I'm in mid game. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's pretty much
So-
it.
Okay, everyone,
So
hold
do
on,
you like-
pause. Everyone go /mods. How many mods do you guys have in your chat right now?
In my chat or
like overall. Maybe this will
Wait, I
help
have-
put perspective.
Wait, is it? No, it's not exclamation.
It's
mod.
nine.
No, it's fucking
It's the
/mod,
forward
My
slash.
bad.
I
forward
have
slash,
9
yeah.
mods, not
I have
including
9.
bots.
Dude, I have a lot. Holy
including
shit.
bots.
Not including bots. I have 9.
Um,
The only thing that really requires for my mod is to just
I have 18,
if I
including
can't get
bots.
through, if I'm not talking to chat, I just need my mod to tell people that hold on,
Let me unmod that
he's
bot
in the
real
middle of a
quick.
game. He'll talk to you in a minute. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. Modding is
Wait,
not
how many
a job.
do you have though?
I have 17.
Dude, I probably
Um,
have roughly the
like-
same, bro.
Around 17?
Yeah, roughly the same. Yeah.
See, for me, I always have at least one mod, so I
No,
don't.
I have 18. Oh, I have 18.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just unmodded
Sounds
one.
I
the
would go
same.
live every day and not have a mod in chat,
How?
but that's okay.
I have so many mods that at least one is there. I feel like my whole chat is mod and VIP spam.
Yeah. But see, my chat it's not active. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I could
You can
literally see
control it
somebody. If
yourself.
somebody calls me, you trash, I could see that. You know what I'm saying? I'll just react to it.
Nah,
Come on,
but
It's not like it's
I got another question.
Ongoing.
no, but I would, if I had no mods, I would have temp mods too. Like if I get a big raid and no one was there modding.
Oh yeah.
But generally, my mods are all there. When I first streamed, I modded 50 people. Now I still have a lot, 17, but I modded all my IRLs. Big mistake. Modding IRLs. One, most of them are normies and they're stupid. And two, they don't watch you that much. I wouldn't expect an IRL to watch you much because they already hang out with you so much anyways. They get
Yeah.
enough of you.
yeah.
And three, yeah, that's it.
I feel like
Alright,
people,
Alright, they're not stupid, but
okay.
IRLs are not as knowledgeable as a viewer about
I-
Twitch.
Never mod somebody if they don't know how to stream themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they won't know when to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's a major thing that mods do? Ban people, right? Obviously. That's pretty normal. But the hidden thing about mods is that you can shout out people, but when to shout out people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And stuff
Mhm.
like that. I think modding, honestly, bro, like, if you get hard off a mod, dude, I don't think you should mod, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're not really here to support the streamer the way you would want to, you don't need mod, man.
Okay.
Just come here and just chill with
There's
us.
another thing. I've had mods that were toxic. Mods and VIPs that were
Yeah, you
toxic.
should never mod those people, bro.
They're the homies, they're cool, but they're weird. And they fuck up chat environment.
Yeah.
And if they have a sword or a VIP, it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
I've went into chats where their mods are just weird and saying dumb shit. And I'm like, the streamer may be cool, but the mod is tilting me so much that I don't even want to be there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, if the mod wasn't there and I enjoyed the streamer, like, maybe I would have vibed with them. But, like, literally the mod, like, ruined the vibe. And
yeah. Just like Cheddar said, if you're looking for a mod from a channel, you shouldn't be in the channel.
Yeah, like, I had fucking one of my first viewers, Isaiah. I modded him because he was, like, my first viewer. But he's weird as shit. And I had to unmod him. The homie, though. But better as a homie than a mod, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely, like, one of my boys, but sometimes they...
Hey, you should.
It can't be a mod, you know?
I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna just say this right now. You shouldn't get mad because your mod did this unless you're paying them. You know what I'm saying? It's not a job. It's not their job to help you. They're just doing you a favor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So unless you're paying them, then maybe you can get a little strict and say, "Hey, buddy, there's a new person in chat. Why didn't you welcome them? Welcome that person." You know what I'm saying? But you're not paying the guy.
No.
You do whatever the hell you want. He's a mod.
But some
You
people,
modded him.
yeah, but if you have
So
that
that's the
viewer that
streamer's
likes
fault.
welcoming everyone, then maybe I'll mod or VIP them because I like what they do. But then I'm not gonna get upset if they miss a few streams or they miss a few welcomes. But if they generally do welcome everyone, then like maybe this person is ideal for a mod if they want it.
That's one of the things that I thought about when I started streaming, man. I was like, yo, like if we make enough money streaming, I want to break bread with my boys. And I was gonna pay my mods. You know what I'm saying? But that's if we make so much money. You know what I'm saying? And not so much like thousands of, you know what I'm saying? Like enough for me to break bread with them. You know? Then maybe you can get a little stricter. But they're doing you a favor, man. I think honestly at that point it's the streamer's fault.
Yeah,
Because
because
you're modding the wrong
you
people.
literally you're either mod the wrong person, or two, you're just not talk to your mod. They're humans, bro. Like they don't know if they're fucking up if you don't tell them they're fucking up.
Yeah.
Let them know, like, hey, don't do this, or stop being stupid. I'm gonna stop using that word.
Yeah.
But stop being dumb and like being toxic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you tell them that and they keep flaming, dude, I had people that like constantly flame when people trickled in. I'm like, dude, you're a mod and you're flaming. Stop, or you're saying some weird stuff like I've told you before. Then you gotta revoke it. Maybe they'll bounce and they'll stop watching because of it, but it's better in the long term.
All right, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. We did pass the 3 hours. If you guys keep going, sure. But so you know, we passed the 3 hour.
Oh.
Ryan, you got a lot of VOD reviewing to do.
No, I'm just throwing this whole thing up.
Throw it out there, bro. No
Throw it
edits
up.
at all.
Copy paste.
Bro,
I
you
might-
got 90%
I'll-
of stupid.
I think I'm gonna edit the our breaks. That's it.
Yeah.
Just edit those.
Honestly, who cares? It's character development. Y'all can take it. Y'all
Well,
can
this
take
is-
it as
this
is.
This is the first behind the stream podcast of many. Of many more.
Of many
You know what I'm
more.
saying?
No, okay. This
So
stream.
wait,
Okay,
what's the
it's
podcast?
2 hours
You know,
58 minutes. This is
Yeah.
solid. A
we
3-hour
might as well-
podcast.
We might as well announce this right now. So when does this stream? I mean, this podcast happen? Weekly.
Every Friday. I think we should do Thursdays. What do you guys think?
Thursdays.
man.
I'm down
'Cause
for
I feel
whatever.
like-
as long as it's close
Okay,
to
'cause-
the end of the week.
Because I feel
please.
like on Fridays, Friday nights, it's more likely something will come up. You know,
Friday.
when
Yeah,
shit
okay,
opens
so every
up.
Friday we're gonna have a behind the
No,
stream
I'm saying
podcast.
Friday's more likely one of us will get busy. compared to Thursday, right? So maybe we should do Thursday.
Nah, not really. I mean, Denzcy like shaking his head right
Anything
Okay.
works with me.
All right, we'll just do
anything
Friday,
works
and if
with
something
both
comes up, we'll move it earlier or move it after. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
Oh my
of you.
god.
By the way, I have some big moves about this podcast. Honestly, I want to make this podcast not a Discord podcast. I want to get a couching. I mean, a couch.
You want a casting couch?
Yes.
You know what a casting couch is, bro?
Yes.
Yo, you want
But
How
that's the
are
only
we
way
gonna-
you guys will know.
Mom bid it already though.
and
How are we
understand.
gonna get a couch and sit on the couch together?
I want to
gonna eat it all?
turn this podcast into a face-to-face podcast.
I'm
Like breakfast.
I'm recording a podcast. You're ruining it.
You took
Like
my
Charlotte
Do you want
Lane.
this?
It's
Fine,
my
hearing
ice
this?
cream.
Then why'd you
Yes.
give it to me?
He's hearing me.
I just
Are you
wanna
hearing this,
bite.
Brandon?
I want to be.
I'm definitely hearing.
Yeah, I want to be face-to-face with everybody, with you guys. All right, and we do this
take it.
podcast live
That's
together.
unfair. I'm calling the cops.
So that's
Stop
what I
eating
want
it!
I already know the announcement.
So
What's the
we're gonna
development on
do
it? Like, what's
this
happening?
Until we have an official place.
Yeah, we might have a location for a podcast. We
Alright.
don't know yet.
I'm gonna just say this right now.
Let's
With the two hosts.
man,
that I
it's
have
supposed to be
here.
a secret. We should just like
No.
alright, I hate you. Awful
I'm doing
host.
this.
Awful co-host.
No, this
Anyways,
is what they're expect-
Thanks
this
for
is what
watching,
they should
guys.
be
This is
expecting
the
with
end.
this podcast.
This is the end of episode 1 behind the streams. Hopefully the
All right.
podcast will get better. We'll get better
We're
at
gonna turn
this.
into an official podcast.
I'm going to now get off and figure out how to upload this on Spotify and everything.
Yeah.
This is grassroots. We're trash at this, but it'll be really
No,
nice.
we're gonna level this up, yo.
Hopefully I have a haircut by next podcast. Hopefully we eventually have our location to an IRL location for a podcast.
I'm telling you, man.
Our
this
warehouse.
we're gonna upgrade this podcast.
And yeah, any last words? Shout out to our sponsors, Tempest. Shout out to Tempest. We love you guys. Thanks for always supporting us. Shout out to Chipotle for feeding me. No, I'm kidding. We don't got sponsors.
No sponsorships
I would
right
love it. And we got to do our ad reads right now.
now. Or what?
Our ad reads.
The what?
You don't know what an ad read is? Like we're sponsored by something, we read off a script.
Yeah, we don't have any
Yeah,
sponsors.
I know it's a joke. Alright, whatever. I think we're
No,
done
actually,
here.
we should do that, bro. All right, let's
Oh,
just
thank
go
you,
ahead
Raid
and
Shadow
officially-
Legends. Make sure you guys download it. No.
Let's just our sponsors today for individual subs in our channel, dude.
Oh,
Sub,
you're right. Our sponsors today.
big
Well,
shout out to you.
for now, we're
Kiyoshi.
broke, so we'll give a shout out to our viewers for sponsoring today's podcast.
Reed, thank you guys for the sponsors today.
From my chat, thank you for the sponsor 43 AM, D-Fire 5. It's John Wynn, Jorday, and all the follows. Oh, damn.
Yes, sir.
Shout out your sponsors, Denzcy. We're not doing this after this episode, by the way. This is stupid.
Dude, we should always thank the people that took the time to
Are watching it in person.
No, like
The people on Spotify are gonna be like, "What's going on?
Spotify, dude.
What am I listening to?" Hey, Spotify and other podcasts, whatever I'm posting this on, Apple Podcasts.
Last on there, dude.
You better watch us on Twitch. You can get a shout out next episode.
Yes, sir.
Denzzy's just laughing. All right, let's end this. Okay, peace out. Bye.